All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? Hour one, John and Jim. Now, Jim failed to mention his update. I know this is hard to believe he failed to mention something in update. He buried the lead. We have Monday Night Football tonight, and that's very challenging for us because I was anticipating a 4-hour show. I feel like we had enough to talk about.
Oh, man.
But they're taking some of our time away because the Raiders and Cowboys will meet again in this massive showdown, middle of November, with nothing on the line, as they'll meet tonight at 5:15 p.m. So the show's going to end at 5:15. Do you want to podcast the final 45 minutes?
I think we should go to our bosses and ask if we can just do the show until 6 p.m. and podcast that as like a special little feature for people.
Or we could do that. We could just keep it here and do the play-by-play of Raiders and Cowboys from the studio.
Or,
even though that's probably illegal.
Or we could leave the studio at 5:15 on the dot
and just see you tomorrow.
I
think that's what we're going to do because honestly, 5:15, I think we have enough time to cover this weekend sports news. And then we do have Cowboys Raiders for you coming up at 5:15. We'll get to the big Padres news that Jim did share during the update. Kyle Hart will be back in 2026. So, look out, LA. In terms of what the Padres have done this offseason.
Do you think Andrew Freeman, when he saw that news drop across his desk this morning, thought to himself, we better make some moves right now?
Like flipped over his desk.
I can't believe they signed Kyle freaking Hart.
It actually reminds me, there was a day last year, and I actually specifically remember where I was. I think I was in Logan, Utah for Utah State, San Diego State traveling. And that was the day that the Padres signed Tyler Wade to a 1-year major league deal for $675,000. You were on the air solo for a 4-hour show. It was a Friday. It was cold. It was November. It was like dark early. I just remember tuning in at like 5 p.m. Pacific, and you were talking about Tyler Wade and trying to make it pretend like it mattered.
It wasn't Tyler Wade.
It was not Tyler Wade?
I think it might have been Tyler
I think it was
Wade.
Tyler Wade. I'm serious.
There was another show.
Yeah.
Right after they signed Connor Joe.
Yeah, I do remember that. That was even worse.
And that was awful because I had 4 hours. 4 hours for a radio show is ridiculous. 4 hours talking about Connor Joe and I think Jason Hayward.
Yeah, there were a couple of those days last offseason. Actually, the last 2 off seasons. I mean, again, this Kyle Hart thing, we'll get into it coming up, is like kind of how I expect their offseason to go. Like, am I expecting them to go sign Dylan Cease to a 7-year deal? No. Am I expecting them to go out and make a $100 million commitment? No. I'm expecting on the edges stuff. Minor trade, minor move.
By the way, Hot Stove's kind of a little lit right now because Josh Naylor over the weekend signed a long-term deal with the Seattle Mariners.
How much did he get?
I didn't see a number, but it was a multi-year deal. I think it was like a 5 or 6 year deal.
Yeah.
My guess is probably in the $100 million range. And reports were that he was their number one priority in the offseason. For anybody out there that thought that Josh Naylor could have been an option for the Padres is an idiot.
He can flat out hit.
But it's a little lit. I'm surprised that a big name like Josh Naylor signed this early.
Yeah,
when are the winter meetings? It's middle of December, I'm guessing.
Yeah, second week of December.
Second week of December, okay.
Yeah, so coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little lit. I mean, teams can go out and make moves right now. There's no waiting here. There's no hey, we got to wait till the winter meetings. They can sign anybody they want right now.
Yeah, we'll get into the Padres offseason needs coming up. I do want to start with what we saw play out this weekend at Snapdragon Stadium in the rain. San Diego State finds a way, which is what we kind of said in the week leading up to it. We knew it was going to rain. We talked about it for days on end. Said,
it rained?
Is it going to impact them negatively? Is it going to impact them positively? Will they be able to overcome it? Will they be better prepared because of what happened the week before against Hawaii? San Diego State did what it needed to do in a game that literally looked like Big Ten, Penn State, Iowa, 99. I mean, it really did. A game that had, 85% of the plays called were running plays for both of the teams. Boise at one point ran for 22 consecutive plays. San Diego State ran for nearly 300 yards. Aztecs do control their own destiny. They're 8-2. They are 2 wins away from not just getting to a Mountain West Championship game, but hosting a Mountain West Championship game. So 17-7 win. The defense does what the defense has done. Boise State's now 6-4, believe it or not. And San Diego State's got the tiebreaker on Boise. They've got the tiebreaker on Fresno State. They're 8-2 overall. They're 5-1 in the Mountain West, and they're 2 wins away from playing for a Mountain West Championship here at Snapdragon Stadium.
Said last week, don't care how they win. Don't care if it's the ugliest game on the planet. Don't care if it's 3-0. They were like, all right, Jim, bet for just their passing game. Like the running game, like they were fantastic on the ground. Lucky Sutton. I know you had a little beef today with the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, what's the deal? I never do that either, but I'm like, you know what?
I was
I
gonna say something, but I was like,
theory.
I'll let you just do your thing. You're upset because Lucky Sutton wasn't named the offensive player of the week in the Mountain West Conference.
Yeah, he went for 150 yards against Boise State, and the winner was the Nevada running back who ran for 136 yards against San Jose State. I mean, okay. I mean, this was first place on the
Nevada. Yeah, exactly.
So you know what I mean? Like, what meant more? Don't get me started yet.
I want to. It's 2:07. Let's go.
You're right. I mean,
let's get the fire lit underneath John Schaefer today.
He may come on the air. I'm trying to get Lucky on, not to talk about that. I wouldn't put him in that. Hey, you weren't named Offensive Player of the Week. Do you have anything you want to say to the league?
Yeah, shove it.
But 150 yards, and he goes over 1,000 for the season. And San Diego State went for 6 yards a carry. 6 yards a carry against Boise State. Boise's an elite defense. I know their offense has issues, but Boise State's defense is an elite defense. And I mean, San Diego State orchestrated it. Boise knew they were going to run, and Boise could not stop San Diego State on the ground. 277 rush yards. Boise had no answer for San Diego State's ground game.
Yeah, and as I said, just win the game.
Yep.
We're not talking about style points here. We're not talking about, their passing game. Just win the game. They were never going to, and I still don't think there's a chance that they can make the college football playoff. All right, so that to me feels like a pipe dream. They would need so many things to go their way. I just don't see that happening. There's 2-3 teams ahead of them as far as in the pecking order of who would make the college football playoff of the group of 5 teams.
You're going to need some breaks because the only, but here's the thing, in the group of 5, the only way to get to the playoffs is you have to win your championship. Yeah. So you could be the best team in the American, but if you lose to someone else, you can't go.
So winning on Saturday by any means necessary was the only goal. If you're upset about how it looked, you're just upset to be upset. Winning on Saturday was the only thing that mattered. And other than their passing game, which was not good, that's an understatement. Everything else,
attempted 10 passes.
Their defense, their running game, special teams, making a field goal in that weather from 40-something yards, 48 yards to kind of put the game away there. It just overall just a really solid win, and to be undefeated at home so far this year, be in the driver's seat for the Mountain West Conference, to host the title game here at Snapdragon Stadium. I mean, what else could you ask for if you're an Aztecs fan right now?
Yeah, no, this won't be easy. Jordan Napier goes down with a lower body injury in that game, and that's massively impactful. He's been the focal point of their offense all year long, so that's a massive injury that San Diego State. We'll see if they have to overcome it or not. There's no update on his status, but San Diego State closes a 1-point home favorite against Boise State and won 17-7. San Diego State heading into the year was coming off a game they lost in Boise last year by 32 points that they trailed 28-0 in the first quarter in. And this year they respond in a big way. It was raining. I mean, both teams had to deal with the elements. I mean, if you weren't running the ball first, you were absolutely foolish in that game. If you were going to try to throw it 30 times in that game, then you would have been asking to lose. If they would have thrown the ball 30 times, either team, that team was destined to lose. They had 10 pass attempts in the game for a reason.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of the 2019 NFC title game between the Niners and the Packers. I'm sure you remember that game
vividly. When I was watching, I'm like, this is Niners-Packers 2019.
I say this because in that game, the 49ers were running the football all over the Green Bay Packers to the point where Jimmy Garoppolo, I think, threw the ball 8 times in that game.
Is that right?
If you go back and look at that box score, it was, Raheem Mostert, he rushed for over 200 yards. The point I'm making is when you have something that's working,
do it.
You continue to do it. You don't say, you know what, let's go away from what's working for us and let's throw the football. No, they were averaging how many yards per carry?
Over 6.
So when you're averaging over 6 yards per carry on the ground and you have as many weapons as you do in that running back, room, you run the football all day long until they stop you. And guess what? They didn't stop them. So I go back to just winning the game by any means necessary, regardless of how it looked. And look, their rushing attack on Saturday, it was working. And I applaud Sean Lewis for realizing that Jane Denegal just obviously didn't have it, and putting him in situations to throw the football would have been a disaster.
Yeah, I honestly, like, I don't even think it had anything to do with Denigal not having it, and more to do with it was pouring, and Boise's defense, especially their secondary, is elite. Like, how are you going to win the game? Did anyone go into that game saying, if San Diego State can air this out and throw it 35 times, nobody said that. In fact, this is one of the rare examples of what we said all week is accurate. Everyone says it's going to be ground and pound, run first, conditions, slick field. The team that runs it better is going to win the game. That's actually what happened.
Their offensive line stepped up. Their running back stepped up. Their defense stepped up. And I mean, look, it wasn't the prettiest of games. If you like to see a 45-40 shootout or a quarterback throw for 400 yards, that wasn't the game for you. But at the end of the day, it's about winning and losing in that specific game. And that's all that mattered. Going forward now, controlling their destiny in the Mountain West Conference to host the Mountain West Conference title game. I don't know what else you could ask for if you're an Aztec fan.
8-2, San Jose State for senior night on Saturday night, and hopefully you get a chance to get out there. Final chance of the regular season to see the Aztecs. Hopefully better weather, and we do have 2 tickets to give away for that game, and we'll do it coming up. We'll hear from Sean Lewis on the other side as well. What Sean Lewis had to say about where San Diego State currently fits in the Mountain West Conference. You'll hear from Sean Lewis on the other side, plus more on the Padres offseason plans, including the re-signing of Kyle Hart today to a 1-year deal. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760 and live on the iHeartRadio app. All right, San Diego Sports 760 is celebrating the season with the iHeartRadio Holiday Special. One night to get you in the holiday spirit with exclusive performances from the Goo Goo Dolls and Gwen Stefani and more. Listen to the show Wednesday, November 26, 4 p.m. on Holiday Seasons Radio on the free iHeartRadio app. All right, we'll get into this Padres exciting offseason, which is now underway, coming up in about 15 minutes. Also,
let's just tease that for the entire show.
We'll get into that at 5:15. Meanwhile, at 5:15, we have Raiders and Cowboys tonight on San Diego Sports 760. We're also giving away a pair of Aztec tickets for senior night, Saturday night, San Diego State, San Jose State, Saturday night, Snapdragon Stadium. So I mentioned this a year ago. San Diego State goes to Boise, and they were dominated in all facets. I want to say it was in November. Boise was on the cusp of reaching the college football playoff and getting a bye.
Ashton Genty,
I mean, he was in the midst of a season which he finished second for Heisman voting, right?
Should have won.
Yeah, right. I voted for him, right? So a year ago. So that's how this played out last year. Boise dropped 56 on San Diego State last year. I vividly remember Boise State fake punting up 42-7 in the second half last year. So that was last year. And then there's Saturday night. And Boise, all they tried to do was run the ball. 22 consecutive rush plays. This was Sean Lewis Saturday night. Have you heard this?
Yeah.
This was Sean Lewis Saturday night on the job of the front seven defensively for the Aztecs against Boise State.
Yeah, we bully the hell out of them. It's damn good. It's a physical game, right? Like, especially not like this where you know that, you're going to need to roll it up and tighten up the chin strap a little bit, right? So it's funny. A year ago, a lot of people talked about the gap between our two programs. Gap doesn't seem too significant, does it? Right? So our strength and conditioning department does a hell of a job. Our kids do a hell of a job. We're a physical outfit, right? Like, we may live in a great area that doesn't get a whole lot of bad weather, but man, we got a blue collar nastiness about us that if you want to go fight in a phone booth, let's go get it on.
Those are fighting words right there.
I mean, I think, it's kind of interesting the difference a year can make.
Especially, I mean, college is the one sport in basketball and in football where you can change around a program in a year, in a calendar year because of NIL and obviously the transfer portal. Like,
sure.
You can pretty much change your entire roster from year to year.
The whole thing, yeah.
So you can keep or try to keep your best players and then replace damn near everybody else.
Right.
Kind of what happened with this Aztec team. They retained their best players or most of their best players, and they replaced a lot of their roster from last year.
Yeah, no, completely. But it's funny because when you start a season, nobody was talking about San Diego State.
They were picked
in terms of their
second to last or close to last.
Okay.
Middle of the pack. I guess.
Boise's picked at the top, rightfully so, coming off the year in which they had.
Then what happened?
But the funny thing is, to your point, what a difference a year makes. They don't have Ashton Genty. No. It's not to say they don't have good players. They do. And they're expected to be better than they are. But San Diego State's like, well, they went 3-9, so they're going to go 3-9 again, right? Well, that's not always how it works. And it's not to say, I don't think what Sean Lewis was saying there was, it's like a changing of the guard. I think in Sean Lewis's mind, he expected to elevate San Diego State's program to this level. And he's done it in the second year. It's just interesting to me heading into the Pac-12, like what are these teams going to look like? Like, I think a lot of people thought, well, Boise is head and shoulders heading into the Pac-12 going to be the top of the heap. But now a year later, we don't know what 2026 is going to look like. We don't even know who's coaching in 2026 anywhere. But San Diego State has positioned themselves, is what I would say, to be at the top of the Pac-12 even in year one. I mean, they've done it here on the way out in the Mountain West, and we'll see what next year brings. We'll see if Sean Lewis is back, obviously, for year three. But it's just, to me, who would have ever thought, to your point from the first segment, okay, they won 17-7, they ran the ball all night long. Who would have ever thought heading into the year that San Diego State would be a game plus clear of Boise State with 2 to play with the tiebreaker?
And in control of the Mountain West Conference to determine if the conference title game's here at Snapdragon Stadium.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah. I mean, we were talking about win totals.
And you get to 6,
7, maybe, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's a big jump. You go from 3 to 7, and then you start competing for Mountain West Conference championships.
Yes, that's right.
Well, it happened in less than a year. They went from 3 wins to now they're in first place with 2 games remaining in the Mountain West Conference with a chance to host the title game here at Snapdragon Stadium. That's an incredible turnaround. Say what you want about, the team or whatever. I know there's a lot of trolls out there that love to just like be angry no matter what. even though the Aztecs are winning a lot right now and are undefeated at home. They're just not winning how you want them to win, which whatever. But this program under Sean Lewis, I mean, he gets a lot of credit. And I know that it's just one day at a time and one game at a time, and we'll see what happens next year. But in the here and now, this team is legit. They're obviously contenders here in the Mountain West Conference. We'll see what happens throughout the rest of college football, but just keeping it here in house and in their conference, because that's the first goal of every season. The first goal of every season is to win your conference, right? And so if they can accomplish that after a 3-win season the previous year, in year 2 under Sean Lewis,
like you say, what else can you ask for? I mean, I would love to hear from someone. Honestly, if you're listening right now and you're asking for more, I'd love to hear from you. 877-767-4760. Or I'd love to hear from someone that says, it's unbelievable that they were 3-9 last year and they're in this position. I'd love to hear from someone that say, yeah, they're 8-2, but I'd also like to hear from someone that says, well, they were 3-9 last year. 877-767-4760.
Couple comments here on Twitter from Defeat USC. He commented, he's like, what destiny? Surely not the CFP. Anything else blows.
Yeah, okay. I wrote back like, what, LOL or something.
Like, why are you so angry?
Well, his name is like, I feel like there's certain trolls just like built in, because college football has a lot of trolling in it. Like if you're an SC fan or a Boise fan or whatever.
Here's another one from Teddy Mac 44. Effing atrocious football. Has to be the worst major D1 conference in the history of college football. Taking the game back 100 years. The worst QB to ever play at SDSU, period. He then replied, after I said they're 8-2 and in first place in the Mountain West Conference, LOL. He said, in the worst conference ever. There's high school football teams in San Diego with better offenses and better QBs, LOL.
Yeah, again, some things you can't concern yourself with. It's like, you can think whatever you want of the league. It's not a Power 4 league, but last year the champion of the Mountain West was one of the final 8 teams standing. Boise got a bye, right, a year ago. So, I mean, listen, they don't control their own destiny necessarily to get to the college football playoff, because they'll probably need help elsewhere. But they could, as we stand here today, they could certainly get to the college football playoff. They need to win the Mountain West and potentially get help elsewhere to do it. All right, we'll give away a pair of tickets to see San Diego State, San Jose State Senior Night at Snapdragon Stadium. If you haven't yet been this season, great opportunity. Could be your last chance to see them this year. Saturday night, 7:30 at Snapdragon Stadium. We'll tell you when to call for those tickets. On the other side, let's get to the Padres' busy offseason. It's gotten very busy today with the re-signing of Kyle Hart. The impact. Next, John and Jim.
Impact. All right, this update is brought to you by Audible. We'll start with the Aztecs. They improved to 8-2 on the year. They remain undefeated at Snapdragon Stadium with their win over Boise State on Saturday night, 17-7. They're in sole possession of first place in the Mountain West Conference. If they win out, they win their final 2 games, they will host a Mountain West Conference title game here at Snapdragon Stadium. The hot stove is very much lit as the Padres re-signed Kyle Hart to a 1-year deal this morning. NFL news of the day, Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. And we have Monday Night Football here on the station at 5:15, Raiders and Cowboys. Stuck in traffic, Audible's Romance Collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane. Satisfy every side of you with best-selling modern rom-coms, the hottest romantic series, and anticipated new releases. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
All right, John and Jim. Will Brinson will join us. We'll talk about tonight. Raiders and Cowboys will join us at 4:30. We'll talk about yesterday as well in the NFL. So Will Brinson, senior NFL writer, CBS Sports, will join us coming up at 4:30. We do have Aztec football tickets to give away. Aztecs basketball, by the way, home tomorrow night taking on Troy at 7 p.m. As I think Jim maybe just mentioned his update. I wasn't listening.
I should have mentioned this in my update, which I didn't. You obviously know this. Magoon Guath will be making his return to the Aztecs lineup tomorrow night against Troy.
Correct. Yes. And Brian Dutcher spoke on this within the last 2 hours. Now, I don't think it's determined whether he'll start or come off the bench or what his minutes will be or if there's a restriction on his minutes, but he hasn't played since the first 4 game against North Carolina last March. So it's been a while, but man, that's going to add a element that the Aztecs haven't had through 2 games that you can't you can't emulate it. You don't even understand what type of impact he makes unless you see him on the floor, which we saw last year, and it was incredibly meaningful. You could argue he's the best player on the team at his best. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow night when Magoon Guath does return. By the way, talking about how what people put on social media and whatever, the Aztecs could be 10-0 and people would say, yeah, but, right?
Oh, there's a lot of yeah, buts.
So there's someone I'm going back and forth with about San Diego State basketball. It literally makes no sense. I put the Aztecs are the first team out of the top 25. It was it was a statement tweet. Here's this week's AP poll. The Aztecs are 26th. And a guy writes, we're never mentioned as one of the top 10 basketball programs in the AP polls nationally, but every year going into the season, the San Diego fan base and media talks about the Aztecs like they are. So first I wrote back, what LOL? And then he said something similar. He said, they played in the national championship game and a Sweet 16 in 2 of the last 3 years, bud. I mean, what are you talking about? Honestly, in what world is someone living in that we're giving San Diego State too much credit for their basketball success, but they're not in the top 5 in the AP poll? What are you talking about? Who cares where they are in the AP poll? And I'm the one tweeting about it, but it doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
Would you rather San Diego State sit second in the AP poll all year and lose in the round of 32, or be 22nd in the AP poll most of the year and make the Elite Eight? It doesn't matter. The AP poll is not indicative of what's going to happen. In life, in any sport.
No, it doesn't matter. And we this is one of the instances where I look at this Aztec team and I just know if they stay healthy, they're gonna be good.
Hoops, you're talking about
basketball, yes. They're gonna be good. So who cares about the AP poll?
Yeah, I don't even care, and I tweet about it. I mean, it's just a factual statement. They're 26th. Does it matter? Would anyone feel different about the program right now if they were 25th? That you feel stronger about what Brian Dutcher and his staff have done?
People like to just see that little number next to SDS.
So true, dude. It's so true.
That's it. So when they watch a game or they look online and it shows, 17th SDSU, it's like a validation number. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool. It's like, who cares though?
Let me ask you this. All right, speaking of Magoon for tomorrow, combined points, rebounds, blocks, steals, assists. So his impact there, his box score impact. Let's say he played 15 minutes.
Okay.
What do you think he does tomorrow night?
15 minutes.
Hasn't played in 8 months.
I'll go 6 points, 4 boards, a block, no assists,
no steals.
No steals. Like,
so you went 11, 6 points, 4
like,
rebounds.
I think he goes like 2 for 5, 2 for 4 from the field, a couple free throws. I don't know.
Okay, I'm going bigger.
Oh, really?
56,
57
56
points.
points.
13
11
blocks.
for 13 from 3. No, I'll say
23 rebounds.
10, 5, and 4.
In 15?
10 points, 5 rebounds, 4 blocks.
Bruh.
I know.
Right.
Now all of a sudden, if he scores like 4 points, it'd be like, you're right. I mean, maybe he plays more than 15 minutes, but I would guess he'd play between like 15 and 20 minutes, wouldn't you? He hasn't played in 8 months.
How about this? Doesn't matter what he does.
Oh, here we go. It's just like the 8 people.
Doesn't matter what he does. The
But
only
you
thing
just still want to see what he looks like.
the only thing that matters is he's back out there healthy.
I would agree with that.
Now watch, the first play of the game when he's in there is going to be like a backdoor screen alley-oop dunk or something.
I want an and 1-3, his first play.
Step back and 1-3.
Yeah.
Pull a Wemby, like
Yeah,
some massive
2 dribbles.
No, some massive block on the defensive end, gets the ball, dribbles up himself, takes a couple does a couple moves, step back 3 from the wing, foul and 1.
Well, there's a
4-point play.
Here, I'll give you something that maybe is unfair. Is like the expectations for Magoon tomorrow. If people are like, "Oh my gosh, we haven't seen him in a year,"
You
he's a future.
you say he's going to score 10 points in like 12 minutes.
10 points isn't like 60. I'm not asking for like Wilt Chamberlain hold up the 100 sign.
But still, you got to score like basically
10
a point a
points
minute.
in 15 minutes is not some unheard of total.
These guys have 10 points in like 29, 30 minutes.
Listen, we'll revisit this on Wednesday.
Okay.
Or Tuesday night. I mean, 10 points is not
It's not
impossible.
It's not impossible, but you're like, hey, in like 7 minutes, he's going to score 15 points. I'm
It's
like,
not
dude.
Al Michaels. The impossible has happened. He's got 10 points on 3 of 5 shooting.
Or it's like,
And it's 2 of 2 from the line.
it's not like Shedeur Sanders yesterday against all odds, completing a 3rd and 10
passes.
pass. We got to get into that later in the show.
Yeah, I'm happy to do it.
Josina Anderson. Woof.
What happened there?
You want to talk about it now?
Yeah,
You didn't see this?
I did. I think I did, but I don't know if I realized it was Justina Anderson that had to do with it.
Josina Anderson
Yeah.
had a legendary, and I mean legendary,
Tweet.
just like Twitter.
Yeah. Okay.
Tweets, no, plural, tweets yesterday about Shedeur Sanders. If you didn't think that Shedeur and Dion had people,
Right.
in the media, just look at Josina Anderson's Twitter feed. Man, she was carrying that
The water.
family's water like no other. It was incredible, honestly. The things she was saying, twisting herself into like against all odds.
Well, he did nothing, right? He was 4 of 16 with an interception.
No, he was awful. He was atrocious.
4 of 16, 47 yards and an interception.
And
In a loss.
in a loss, it
To
was
Baltimore.
bad. And let me just pull it up here.
QBR of 2.
It wasn't good.
His QBR was 2.
It wasn't good. But yeah, Josina Anderson, probably the Hall of Fame of just some of the worst tweets you'll ever see in your entire life. The one that caught my eye, that caught a lot of people's eyes and ratioed her until oblivion. She posted a video of a 3rd and 10
Yeah.
in the 4th quarter with 1:50 to play.
Yeah, I saw it.
He completes a check down to Jerry Jeudy with nobody in his face. Jerry Jeudy then does all the work to get the first down, breaks like 7 tackles, and Josina Anderson tweets with the video attached, here was the against all odds 3rd and 10 completion by Shedeur Sanders under 2 minutes. And everyone's like, dude, what are you talking about?
Was she serious?
Oh, she was
She was
serious
serious.
because she continued to keep tweeting.
She kept digging.
She kept digging, and she was digging and digging and digging. And one of her biggest things was that Shedeur Sanders, the reason why he was awful is because he didn't get any first team reps. She also said this, Shedeur Sanders had 2 catches that should have been caught in the last few plays, but huge credit to blah, 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 blah. And then she goes, here's a look at this is great, the no first team reps 25-yard chunk completion by Shedeur Sanders. Like, what? Huh? And then she goes to this. Shedeur Sanders, with hardly any first team reps this season, throws a pick.
Yeah, but what do the first team reps have to do with it in any regard? Like, there's other quarterbacks that have to come off the. Mac Jones didn't get first team reps when Brock Purdy was playing.
LeBron wants to know if this chick can do press for Bronny.
Yeah,
She
seriously.
is She was amazing as far as her press goes. Someone do a wellness check on Josina Anderson. She replied, let's not have a preparation reps head coach who believes you are the starter comparison conversation right now.
So wait, is she saying that this guy would be elite if like the coaching was better and they like gave him an opportunity in practice to be better?
And it gave
like she's putting on the practice
and gave him first team reps. Yeah. He's a backup.
Why would he be getting first team reps?
It was incredible to see how she got just absolutely obliterated on social media by like actual people that played in the NFL or covered the NFL. Like I think Josina Anderson used to work for ESPN. Now she's completely irrelevant. I have no idea where she is now, but she's became irrelevant yesterday by these tweets. And
she works for a company called Sanders Television.
I don't know what she does. She's irrelevant now. Who cares? But I thought that showed up on my timeline, and I was like, wait.
After
really?
watching this, are you now worried when the Niners go to Cleveland at the end of the month if Shador is the starting quarterback, if he starts getting first team reps?
Oh, man.
For that big game.
He gets first team reps. He's going to be like Peyton Manning, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes out there.
Dude, death taxes the Browns being 2-8. How many times in my lifetime have the Browns been 2-8? And they didn't even play some of the years because they moved.
Yeah.
How many times in our lifetimes have the Browns been 2-8? It is unbelievable. Now, hasn't been every year, but it's been so many times.
It's just who the Browns are.
Holy moly. It doesn't matter. Everything can change. One thing is for certain. The Browns always suck.
Yeah,
they are a complete train wreck.
And they got like the best defensive player in the league, and then everybody else sucks.
Exactly. It's because, and if Shador was getting first team reps, you wonder if they're 8-2. Not 2-8.
This woman, I mean, just the epitome of
what are you doing?
PR for also a guy that, like, again, people will say, like, the reason why you don't like Shador, they'll throw the race card. Like, oh, there's a reason why you don't. Shut up. Shador's not good. There's a reason why he's not getting first team reps. He's a backup.
Wait, what is his race have anything to do with
I think there's a lot of things that people look at as to why people are critical of Shador, and they'll throw back into people's faces. It's like, no. We're talking about football and X's and O's here. And there's a reason why he went in like the 5th round or whatever. And there's a reason why he's a backup. And to your point, when Brock Purdy was the 3rd string quarterback and he got thrown in there, the starting lineup, he didn't have any reps with the first team and he looked just fine.
And here's the other thing. When Brock Purdy was good, he was getting ripped.
Right.
So what's that have to do with?
So,
I mean, it's the position also. When you're Shador Sanders, by the way, and all the attention you've brought yourself the last 2+ years, I'm sorry. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to comment on everything. If you're Shador Sanders.
I came against all odds, 3rd down, 3rd and 10 completion.
Dude,
against all odds. That's
you
insane.
Went 4 for 16 with a pick.
Against all
40
odds.
yards and lost.
Hit a clean pocket and he threw a check down.
Dude, come on, give me a break. All right, let's get to the real important news of the weekend, which is this Kyle Hart signing. We'll do that on the other side. The Padres making their first big move of the offseason. How will the Dodgers counter? That's next on John and Jim. You want to know what's really against all odds is this radio show. John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. We do have a pair of tickets to give away to see the Aztecs Saturday night, Snapdragon Stadium, senior night for the 8-2 Aztecs, who are playing to remain alive to host a Mountain West Championship game. I need the tiebreakers. It's like all I care about, and I haven't seen them. I need to know if San Diego State can clinch a spot in the title game with a win on Saturday. And they might be able to. I just don't know what it would take. A win and potentially a loss somewhere else. But anyway, huge game. Senior night, San Diego State, San Jose State will give away some tickets. We also have a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration that we'll give away today. Will Brinson will join us at 4:30. We'll talk NFL with him. And then coming up at 5:15, we have Cowboys and Raiders right here on San Diego Sports 760.
I was just looking at the upcoming college football games this upcoming weekend.
Yeah.
Because I was originally going to go to look at the standings, and then the first thing I saw was Texas A&M versus Samford, and I'm like, hold on.
It's that weekend in the SEC.
I'm like,
where everyone tells the SEC is so good that they have to now play the Citadel the week before Alabama plays Auburn. Right? You got to play Samford, not Stanford, not that they're good, but Samford and the Citadel. And right, like click on SEC schedule. Do you have SEC schedule?
Yeah. So we got Georgia 9-1 taking on a 1-9 Charlotte team.
Okay.
Georgia's favored by 44.5 points.
It should be all right.
Alabama 8-2, bad loss against Oklahoma at home this past weekend. They play Eastern Illinois.
Okay. Jimmy G.
They're 3-8. Let's see here. Those are like the big, and then Ohio State plays Rutgers, but that's a Big Ten matchup.
No, hold on. I wanted to know who's playing in the SEC.
Yeah, okay.
Mercer is playing at Auburn. Coastal Carolina is playing at South Carolina. Western Kentucky is playing at LSU. It's all ending because they're playing an additional conference game next year. But this, for whatever reason, the week before the final week, we need tune-ups to get ready for the final week.
So Texas A&M 10-0. Number 3 in the country.
What if they lost to Stanford?
Stanford's 1-10 on the year. I'm trying to look at
what's the line?
I'm trying to find the line.
Even out there. It's probably 100.
I don't think the line's actually out there.
I don't think it is either.
Yeah, I don't think they have a line for this game.
Yeah, because they're not losing.
No. Same thing with
there's no money.
Same thing with Alabama and Eastern Illinois and Auburn and Mercer. There's no lines for those games.
Yeah, exactly.
For some reason, there's a line for the Georgia Charlotte game.
Because Charlotte's actually FBS.
That's right.
Yeah, but they are 1-9. Yeah.
What a joke. What a joke of what a joke.
The whole thing, is it not bizarre that here's the thing. I like the playoff, but it's not a playoff like we all like in professional sports or even in March Madness. We like the NFL playoffs because it seems reasonable in our heads that it's based on record. You win the NFC West, you go to the playoffs. Right? You win the AFC West, you go to the playoffs. But it's so different in college football where now we're going to argue for 3 weeks about, Ole Miss is 8-3, but they played a tougher schedule than 9-2 Michigan. It's hard to know what really matters. It's all perception. It's all narrative driven. It's so much different than, again, a professional sport or even March Madness. It's what even matter? How they determine who is in or out of the playoff. It's we're just making it up. We're just making it up as we go.
Alabama's making the playoff, right?
It didn't last year.
Okay.
So maybe this year they only have 2 losses as of now. They would make the playoff.
If they don't make the playoff for a second straight year, Kalen
there'll be no playoff.
Will be fired, correct?
Probably. Yeah, probably true.
Even though he won 16 in a row at Alabama, dating back to last year.
Was that what it was?
I think it was.
It can't be right because they're 8-2 this year.
Oh, wait. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was 16-1 wearing a black hoodie.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what I saw.
That's funny.
16-1.
No, they're gonna make the playoff. Yeah, because they're 8-2. They will have to beat Auburn in the last game, is what I would guess. The playoff is
Auburn for your Alabama.
The playoff is just SEC and Big Ten, but that's for another day. Okay, we haven't even gotten to the news of the day. The Padres are bringing back a guy that had a negative WAR last year in Kyle Hart. So they liked what they saw, even though he spent half the year in AAA at a 5.7 ERA and a negative 0.5 WAR.
Can you spin this for me?
Yeah, I can spin it as non-impactful. I can't spin it as impactful. It's a depth piece that is necessary in baseball because you do need more than 5 or 6 starters. I imagine that he should be like a 6th, 7th starter type that as necessary. Maybe he could make some starts for you, but I can't spin it beyond that. Can you?
So his contract with the Padres is a 1-year, $1 million deal with a $2.5 million club option for 2027. It includes escalators on games pitched that can increase the buyout to a $500,000 buyout, and escalators on games started that can increase the club option to $4.5 million.
Okay. All right.
Just another very simple, not confusing deal by the Padres and AJ Preller.
And also a deal in which they commit no dollars.
None.
I mean, the first year of the deal is $1 million. Also, was there any, I mean, to be fair, like, or to be honest, like, was there anything you saw last year from Kyle Hart where you're like, that's intriguing?
I actually forgot he was on the team.
He only made 6 starts for them.
Didn't he get lit up somewhere?
First 2 or 3 starts, and they were sent down.
Chicago? Didn't he get lit up in Chicago?
In April, like the second series or third series of the year,
Cubs,
first road trip, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, is he going to be better next year? I guess. Again, you don't have to have, not like the guy has to be playoff caliber. Not every signing has to be like, oh, he's going to pitch game 2 of the playoffs. You got to get to the playoffs. I just, whatever, right? It's just a guy.
It's whatever. It's a depth piece, I guess.
You want to know how it can be spun? Let me find Talking Friars account.
Oh, he spun it.
Let me see how it was spun. This is how you spin it.
Yeah, come on, Josina Anderson.
This is how you spin it. Pavetta, Musgrove, Vasquez, Sears, Hart, Waldron, let's ride. I mean, he had to be laughing. Are you serious?
There's no way you're serious,
that?
Ben. You're not serious,
Ben,
bro.
text us.
We know you're listening. You're
and
not
if someone
serious.
is listening that knows Ben, tag him.
You're not serious.
He'll listen back. Did he write that 6 hours ago? So you're sitting there at 9 a.m. Pacific. You're like, got some like Fruit Loops in front of you.
Fruit Loops.
Settling in for breakfast.
Can you imagine? I can envision Ben Fadden sitting there like at his dinner table. His mom brings over the Fruit Loops, and she's like, "Here you go, son."
And then he's like, refresh. Oh, he's got the notifications. Oh,
that's right.
Hart. Welcome back to San Diego, Kyle. We've signed left-handed pitcher Kyle Hart to a 1-year contract through the 2026 season.
On cue.
Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he honestly was. That's where I give you credit, Ben. He says he was being sarcastic. I actually thought he was.
Yeah. I mean, how could you be serious with that? I mean,
it was funny. It's like, let's ride.
I do like one of the first comments to his post that said, yeah, that's right off the nearest cliff.
I mean, to be fair to Preller and the Padres, it's November. So this isn't their finished rotation. I'll react to their rotation once it exists. You know what I mean? Like this, I don't like this, nor do Padres fans to start the year, but the year's not starting. Is what I would say. Is they can still make moves. Nobody's saying this is their actual rotation. If this was their actual rotation,
we got problems.
They have serious problems.
We got some problems here, guys.
I mean, they really do. They need to anchor the rotation with something significant, is what I would say. Pavetta's great. He's coming off a great year. Musgrove's fully capable.
What's significant though that they can actually do?
I mean, someone in the caliber of what they did with Pavetta, where it's a little under the radar, season starter, 4 ERA that they turn into a 3 ERA. That gets a 2-year deal. You're paying them 15 to 20 a year. And they've done that.
The Padres
Seth
way.
Lugos.
Hey, what's at the bottom of that trash can over there?
No, you're right. It's not going to be you're right. It's not going to be the big sexy offseason starter. Unless it's Michael King.
Yeah, I think Michael King, that ship has sailed. Even though it's early on in this process and we haven't heard anything about their desire to potentially resign Michael King or Michael King's desire to return, or, if they've talked at all. But the likelihood of either King or Cease returning to this team next year, to me, very, very low.
All right, Ben, if you want to explain yourself, you can call. He was calling, but we didn't pick up.
Oh.
All right. On the other side, we're going to give away some tickets. We've got a pair of tickets for San Diego State and San Jose State. We also have a 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration as well. So we'll give those away between now and 5:15. We've got Monday Night Football, Cowboys Raiders coming up on San Diego Sports 760. That's at 5:15. And Will Brinson's going to join the show, senior NFL writer from CBS Sports. He will join us coming up at 4:30. Hour 2. John and Jim coming up next.
All right, this update is brought to you by Audible. We'll start with the Aztecs. They improved to 8-2 on the year. They're undefeated at home as they beat Boise State 17-7. They're first place in the Mountain West Conference. They control their own destiny. If they win out, they will host the Mountain West Conference title game at Snapdragon. The hot stove is lit. We just talked about it. Padres made a huge signing today, signing pitcher Kyle Hart to a 1-year, $1 million deal. Other news in Major League Baseball over the weekend, Josh Naylor signing a multi-year deal to remain in Seattle with the Mariners. And tonight we have Monday Night Football on the station, 5:15 kickoff as the Cowboys take on the Raiders. Stuck in traffic, Audible's romance collection will have you falling fast in the slow lane, satisfy every side of you with the best-selling modern rom-coms, the hottest romantic series, and anticipated new releases. Start listening free when you sign up for a 30-day trial at audible.com.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 2 of John and Jim here until 5:15. Phone lines are open, by the way. Not closed. 877-767-4760. It's kind of cliche to say, right, in radio. Aren't the phone lines kind of always open? 877-767-4760. When are we like, lines are closed?
I mean, sometimes
It's possible. If you have a guest on, or we're talking about the Padres and someone wants to talk about UFC 391, we're like, we're not talking about UFC 391.
Was it UFC 391 this past weekend?
I have no idea, but
I saw Dylan Dennis getting beat up, so there was a UFC event.
Was it this past weekend?
I forget which UFC number it was.
Yeah, you're talking about 322 is what you're talking about.
Talking about 322.
That's exactly what you're talking about.
391.
How about that welterweight? Holy moly.
UFC needs to like go the WWE route and give their pay-per-views names. You're up high enough
It's
in the number route. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we get to UFC 874, like
It's not that far off.
Doesn't really roll off the tongue.
I mean, 322 is a big number.
It is.
It's a very big number. So anyway, the phone lines are open is the point. 877-767-4760. Larger conversation about the Padres. It has nothing to do with Kyle Hart. Okay. You're not going to spend 3 hours and 15 minutes talking about Kyle Hart. If we had 4 hours, we'd spend 4 hours talking about Kyle Hart.
Yeah.
The larger conversation is, where are they right now with their roster and what has to be addressed? I agree with that.
You like that assessment?
I agree with that.
Me sneezing.
But like where they are and what has to be addressed to give the team a chance to, I don't know, win 90 games, right? Because I don't think the goal is like, well, they have to win 100 games or they have to win the division. That's maybe it's a whole other conversation. But I think, how do you position your team to win 90 times? Because if you win 90 times, you can get into the postseason. So what has to be addressed between now and the start of the season to give the Padres a legitimate chance to win 90 games?
Well, if you just read Ben Fadden, Talking Friars, a.k.a. Josina Anderson's tweet here.
Okay.
Pivetta, Musgrove, Vasquez, Sears, Hart, Waldron. That's right. I know he's being sarcastic there, but
so rotation is good.
But I'm looking at that rotation, and if we're being serious, that's not even close to good enough.
Okay.
So that is the first order of business, is to address your rotation. You can't, search the bottom of the trash can, bottom of the barrel to find pitchers to fill out the rest of your rotation.
Right.
If you truly want to compete, unless this team thinks that Pivetta and Musgrove are going to be like the best 1-2 punch in baseball next year.
Does this team think Pivetta and Miller are the best 1-2 punch in baseball? Does this team think Pivetta and Morejon are the best 1-2 punch in baseball?
I mean, we'll find out. We'll see what AJ says the winter meetings, because I feel like at the winter meetings, those questions might be asked, should be asked. Hey, with your plans of the winter meetings revolving your rotation, Does that involve you moving one of your bullpen pieces to the starter rotation that would change how you view this winter meetings?
I think personally, from what they said, even at the GM meetings and maybe even during the Craig Stammen press conference or in those side interviews, I think one reliever will be given a chance to start for the Padres in 2026. I don't know who it is. And I'm not saying they're going to throw 180 innings. They won't. But I do think there is probably an appetite for a number of reasons, including payroll, to quote unquote stretch out a reliever. You know, is it Mason Miller? What are the advantages and disadvantages? Is it Adrian Morejon? He's a free agent at the end of 2026. What are the advantages and disadvantages? But I do think, and maybe there's a third I'm missing. Is there someone else that could be stretched out in their bullpen? It's not going to be Jeremiah Estrada. So let's say Miller and Morejon are the most likely candidates. I would be very surprised if it was both, but I would also be surprised if neither was like quote unquote converted or given that opportunity.
Yeah, I think Mason Miller to me kind of seems like the obvious.
Yeah, I agree.
Even then, man, I have my questions about it.
Yep.
Hopefully they know what they're doing.
Good point.
And hopefully they make the right move if they were to convert Miller or Morejon to the rotation.
That can backfire in 2 seconds, obviously.
Yeah. And then you lose your best weapon out of the bullpen and probably the best weapon in all of baseball.
Yeah, I mean, Miller is so dynamic. The way he pitched, obviously, after the deadline proved his value, obviously.
And there's no way he can be a starter and pump in 104 consistently through 25 to 30 starts a year.
No, you're right. No, not immediately, not in 2026. You'd be years away from that possibility.
Like he could be living around 99, 100.
Yeah.
But what makes him special is he goes max velocity for one inning. We saw it last year with the Padres. The A's, not so much, but just specifically with the Padres, dude was unhittable. Like literally unhittable. You could not get a hit off him. He gave up. You gave up a home run in I think his first outing against the Diamondbacks.
Arizona,
Gurriel.
And that was like it.
And other than that, you couldn't hit him. I mean, his performance in the postseason against the Cubs, striking out everybody, throwing 104 on the black, the fastest pitch like ever recorded. Do you want to take that away and make him a starter? Look, because you have needs, kind of desperate times call for desperate measures. But I mean, this team has money to spend theoretically. And if they don't spend money, I'll go right back to the sell of the team and think to myself, is this going to affect this team going forward until there's a resolution with what the Siler Bros are going to do with the franchise? And by the way, a sale is not 100% guaranteed, guys. It's not. It's not even close to 100% guaranteed. It could happen, and it could very well easily not happen. And that's kind of scary to think about.
By the way, to your point about him being unhittable, he allowed 7 hits. I mean, it's insane to say. He made 22 appearances. He struck out 45 in 23 innings. You know what that means? 2 out of every 3 outs recorded as a Padre were via the strikeout. 2 out of every 3 outs recorded for the Padres is via the strikeout.
Is that good?
Here would be my concern. Obviously, his health is first and foremost. You're right on the velocity because you don't go from 60 innings to 150 innings. That's concerning health and velocity wise. My other concern is, doesn't he just throw 2 pitches? I say just.
Well, he has 3 pitches.
Okay.
But he only throws primarily 2, which is the slider and fastball.
Which has been amazing. As a reliever, never working through a lineup more than one time. I mean, he's not facing more than 4 or 5 batters.
Well, he was a starter early on with the A's, remember?
We touched on this, but
you brought it up. He threw 7 shutout innings against some
second outing.
Forget against who, but
you're right. No, in 2023, he made 6 starts. So he has done it. So maybe that is what makes it compelling. He has done it.
Here's my worry, though, is that the second that you convert one of these relievers to a starter,
right?
You know what's the next thing that's going to happen, right?
What's going to happen?
Starts with the T. Starts with the T, John.
What's it end with?
John.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that out loud. I know.
But
health is always the first.
But you know what I mean? It's like, hey.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Converting a starter or a reliever into a starter, it's like if you haven't had elbow issues, you're going to eventually have elbow issues. And Major Morejon's already had elbow issues as a starter.
But let me ask you this, because I'm dead serious now. Mason Miller coming up in the minor leagues. This was a quick rise. 16 appearances in his career in the minors on his way up. 15 starts. Then 6 starts in 2023. That's not forever ago, to your point.
What was his numbers in the minors?
2.52 and 16 starts in the minors. So the point is, and who recently told us, Mike Farron, maybe like he came up as a starting pitcher. Yeah. Like he understands the workload requirements. Now, why did the A's determine that he'd be better suited coming out of their bullpen? I don't fully know. Is that to protect him? Was that to keep him healthy? Like, what was the consideration?
I don't really know.
I mean, he's been dominant. I mean, the A's made a decision that certainly paid off for him.
Yeah. Whatever happens, whatever they decide to do with Mason Miller, if they keep him as a closer, great. If they convert him to a starter, let's see what happens. It could turn out to be the best thing ever.
True.
It could turn out to be, hey, we traded away Leo DeVries, one of the top prospects in baseball, for a frontline starting pitcher potentially.
Exactly.
For the next 4 years.
Imagine that.
That could absolutely be the case.
Right.
Or you keep him as a closer and you traded away Leo DeVries for one of the best closers in baseball, and closers' values, they're not as high, obviously, as a starter, for sure. But
right. It's like, what would you have rather made that trade for? If you get a guy that finishes third in Cy Young voting in 2027 as a starter?
Maybe that's what they're looking at is, hey, the reason why we feel comfortable trading away Leo DeVries, which by many people at the time were like, whoa.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
For a closer, maybe they're in their eyes like, we're trading away Leo DeVries for a starter in Mason Miller in the future. And maybe that's the case. And if it works out, awesome. If it doesn't work out, then we'll be like, yeah, we told you so. But desperate times call for desperate measures with this franchise, and they need starters and they need help in their rotation badly. And if you converted Mason Miller to a starter, that's one less slot in your rotation you got to worry about filling, because they got to fill some spots. Randy Vasquez, can you count on his luck from last year to carry over to this year? Because he was very lucky. Let's be real here. He was very lucky last year. Can you count on JP Sears developing and being better? Well, I don't know. And you're also going to have to, be careful with how you handle Joe. And is Pivetta going to take a step back? Is he going to be the same pitcher he was this past year? Like, there's a lot of questions there. And if you move Mason Miller to the rotation, that's one less, I guess, question you have in that rotation.
Potentially creating another
exactly
about your bullpen, and also about Mason Miller, like the long-term longevity of being a starter in the major leagues. What are the other needs for the Padres? Plus, a fascinating development through 10 games of the NFL season that we're going to discuss on the other side. Plus, Will Brinson will join us coming up at 4:30, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports. And we have Monday Night Football tonight, Cowboys and Raiders from Las Vegas at 5:15. Keep it here at San Diego Sports 760. All right, hey guys, it is John and Jim again. For our friends over at the all-new Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place now open, the hotel and spa at Jamul. It is the next level of luxury. You can treat yourself to a stunning new stay, rooftop relaxation, indulgent spa treatments, all the thrills of Jamul Casino Resort, now all in one unforgettable destination.
And savor San Diego's ultimate endless dining experience at Jamul 23, from their world-famous lobster brunch served every morning to the luxurious VIP endless dining experience each evening. Indulge in chef-curated specialties, fresh seafood, prime cuts, and decadent desserts, all with stunning panoramic views.
You're going to love the spa. You can check it out. It's open now. You can unwind in style, experience pure relaxation, indulgent treatments, serene spaces, and a retreat designed to refresh your body and mind. Only at Jamul Casino Resort, the Players Place. All right, Will Brinson's going to join us at 4:30. John and Jim with you until 5:15. Raiders and Cowboys. We can continue the conversation about Padres offseason needs. I just think it's interesting to note that 10 games into the NFL season, Kansas City Chiefs are on the outside looking in, 5-5, a game out of a wild card spot in the AFC. They lose at Denver yesterday, and now there are still 7 remaining regular season games, but certainly not a guarantee, I guess, at this point. Outside looking in, the Kansas City Chiefs, I mean, as dominant as anyone over the last decade. Right now, I don't know if they need help, but they need to play well, certainly over their final 7 games.
So I would just ask you, just eye test alone, what team do you think is better, last year's team or this year's team?
Oh, of the Chiefs?
Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think I know where you're going.
Yeah.
I think, here's what I would say. I would probably say, are they similar? I think their offense right now is better. But the reason I say, are they similar, is this year's team's just losing the close ones, and last year's team was just winning the close ones.
In almost every statistical category, they're better this year.
Their offense has been better.
Other than their win-loss record. Their turnover margin's better. Their points per game is better. Their opponent's points per game is better. Time of possession, all these major statistical categories, they are better this year than they were last year.
Right.
But this year they're 0-5 in one-score games, and last year they were 11-0.
Yes.
And that is the difference.
That's insane.
And that's a big reason why last year's team got curb stomped in the Super Bowl, is because the one-score, victory statistic.
Yep.
That thing could blow up in your face any second, any game. Like, it's almost like a luck thing when you look at winning games by 1 score.
Yeah, definitely. And then all of a sudden they were in a 7-score game.
Right. That's why you rarely see teams that have won as many 1-score games in a regular season go on to win like a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost a coin flip effect. You keep flipping, you're eventually going to come up on the wrong side. Yeah. Well, that's what happened to them this year. I mean, what are the odds they're 0-5 in 1-score games? There's probably a better chance to be 1-4.
Right. And
then all of a sudden they'd be 6-4 overall. How do you feel about what they have to come? This is what they have to come: hosting the Colts. Just listen to their schedule: home to Colts, road to Cowboys, home to Texans, home to Chargers, at Titans, home to Broncos, at Raiders.
They got 2 guaranteed wins there: Titans and Raiders. Right?
How many wins will they need in those 7? Will they need to go 5-2 to get to 10-7?
Does 10-7 get them in?
I would guess it would. There's a 6-4 team in there.
Jacksonville holds the tiebreaker over them.
Yeah.
Chargers right now beat them in the opener in Brazil.
Chargers are 7-4.
But if you're looking at the Jags, the team directly above them, Jags hold the tiebreaker over the Chiefs.
Good points. You'd have to make up 2 games in the final 7. Yeah.
I think again, it's the famous last words every year for the Chiefs when someone says they're done, it's over, and then they're in the Super Bowl, and Patrick Mahomes is holding up another Super Bowl trophy.
That's so true.
But if you want to be that person today that says that this is the beginning of the end for the Chiefs for just this year, I don't think forever.
You're going to say you kind of have the ammo to do that.
You do.
Yeah.
You have enough there, just record wise alone, to say like this ain't it. I know Greg Camarillo on with us on Friday, our NFL insider, said that the Chiefs to him are still one of the best teams in the AFC. You could be right about that, but your record is what your record is, and you can't tiptoe around your record.
I'm fascinated to hear what Will Brinson has to say about it. Like you said, it's as simple as 0-5 in 1 score, 11-0 in 1 score last year. I mean, that's kind of insane, but like you just said, you are what your record is. And in football, the opportunities are so limited. Like you throw a game or 2 away, and now all of a sudden you're right. 10-7 might not be a guarantee. That means they got to go 6-1 or better.
Yeah, and there are no style points, especially in the NFL.
Yeah, nobody cares.
But I mean, the Chiefs, they're just every game. You know what the game's going to be like. It's going to be a close, low-scoring game.
Let me ask you this: if they do get in, everyone's going to say the same thing. They got Mahomes, they got Reed, they got a shot.
Well, if they get in, that means they'll have to play some really good football.
Yeah, let's say
so.
5-2.
They'll be semi-hot heading into the postseason, and they'll be scary as hell. Yes,
it'll be so interesting. Like imagine them 10-7, 7 seed,
but they won 5 in a row,
and then they're playing the 2 seed in the AFC, which is whom? like a team like Indianapolis or Denver
or the Patriots.
or New England. Yeah.
I mean, Denver right now is the 1 seed in the AFC. I think the Patriots are either the 2 or the 3. Colts are 2 or the 3.
Right.
I was telling you this off air. It looks like 2009 in the AFC.
Yeah, it's so true.
You got the Broncos, the Patriots, the Colts, the Steelers, all on. Chargers are in there.
Yeah, you're right.
Chiefs are out of the postseason. Like, it looks like what the 2009 NFL season looked like with the teams that are the top of that conference.
Who do we feel better about today? Baltimore, 5-5.
But Baltimore's won 4 in a
That's
row.
what I was going to say. Off the tip, and only a game out in their division.
I would feel better about Baltimore because they have a better chance to win their division. Chiefs have no chance to win their division. None. Zero.
They're like
it's
4
over.
games out. Yeah.
Yesterday was the game they needed to have any chance of doing that, and they blew it.
Yes.
So they're not winning their division. First time since 2015 they won't win it. That one's
2015.
over. Yeah. I'm confident in saying that the division is over
I
for the
completely
Chiefs.
agree. It's just the math.
Very confident in saying that. And so because of that, you look at the AFC South or the AFC North, excuse me. And I mean, does anybody believe in the Steelers? I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers just got hurt.
Yeah.
He's gonna be out a couple of weeks. Mason Rudolph is now the quarterback there. And the Ravens have won 4 in a row, I think it is.
I don't know if it's 4 in a row or 3 in a row, but you're right. I mean, the Steelers, you know what's gonna happen. They're going like
they have
9.
Lamar back.
Steelers are going 9-8.
Oh yeah.
So are the Ravens going to be better than that at the end of the year, or have the tiebreaker?
Can they go 10-7?
Exactly. That's basically the question we're asking. But yeah, it's interesting looking at the AFC with both Baltimore and Kansas City right now on the outside looking.
Baltimore's in a way better position than Kansas City.
Yeah, it appears so. I agree.
And if Baltimore wins their division, they're hosting a playoff game, which is crazy.
That's a good point. And then the NFC, Eagles beat the Lions last night. Was it the sexiest thing in the history of the world? It wasn't. Rams are 8-2 and the Eagles are 8-2. Those are the 2 top teams right now in the NFC. And Jim's Niners all of a sudden are in playoff positioning at 7-4.
That was a big win last night for the Eagles over the Lions because they put the Niners in a playoff position.
And the Lions on the outside looking in.
Yep. Now the Lions have played
a lot to go.
The Lions have played one less game.
Yeah.
I also feel like I'm going to be really pissed off at that Packers tie because that thing is going to just be annoying as hell.
Yeah, to sit a half game ahead or behind. Yeah, good point.
Because I don't know if they're going to win their division. I mean, Brent's Bears 7-3. Brent doesn't care. He doesn't think the Bears are any good.
No.
He
says no.
Shaking my head if they're not going to win the division. The Packers.
Okay.
Oh, you're saying the Bears will win it or the Packers?
No, the Packers will win it.
No, the Packers won't win it.
Oh, the Packers won't win it.
I thought he was saying.
Then do you think the Bears are? I thought you were shaking your head at the Bears. I said,
no, I don't know. They still got lots of time to blow it yet.
Yeah. No, there is. I mean, there's still. I mean, 10 games is a lot, but now with 17 games, like we still have nearly half the season. Nearly.
And 5 of their 10 games, they needed like a last second comeback win. So
they're like the Chiefs last year, just win all these 1-score games.
You know, it'll be a big game, Brett. Bears Packers.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, when
it's too bad Rodgers is iffy for this week's game against Pittsburgh.
I didn't realize, by the way, Bears Packers is twice in 3 weeks in December.
Yeah, they pushed it back this year.
All right. On the other side, back to some of these offseason needs for the Padres. Is that good? The best and worst of the sports weekend coming up. And Will Brinson, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports, will join us coming up at 4:30. This is John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760.
All right, this update's brought to you by Indeed.com. We'll start with the Aztecs. They improved to 8-2 on the year with their 17-7 victory over Boise State this past Saturday night. They're atop the Mountain West Conference, alone in first place. If they win out, they will host the Mountain West Conference title game at Snapdragon Stadium. The hot stove is very much lit for the Padres, as today they signed Kyle Hart to a 1-year deal. And NFL news of the day, Jamar Chase has been suspended for 1 game for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. He's going to appeal that suspension. And tonight we have Monday Night Football here on the station. The Cowboys are in Las Vegas to take on the Raiders. That game will start, and you can listen starting at 5:15. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
All right, John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760. Should we give away a pair of tickets for San Diego State football? When should we do that? You know what? We're going to do it in 10 minutes. In 10 minutes. Do not get anywhere. Do not go anywhere. San Diego State, San Jose State. We're going to give away a pair of tickets. Senior night, Snapdragon Stadium tickets at goaztecs.com. This is this Saturday night. We'll give away 2 free tickets coming up in 10 minutes for Saturday night at Snapdragon Stadium between San Diego State and San Jose State. A week from tonight, SDFC plays. It's been a while. They'll play a week from tonight in the Western Conference semifinals.
And did you see what happened to Chucky Lozano?
Oh, did I?
He had to leave his international match due to an injury. Are you effing kidding me?
This goes back to a conversation we had last week about a changing Major League Soccer schedule coming after the World Cup in 2027 to align with this world schedule, which I think will prevent stoppages in the postseason of Major League Soccer when that happens. But it's unconventional, right? We talked about it. They stop the season in the postseason and then return to postseason play, and that could be costly for SDFC.
So Chucky Lozano will not participate against Paraguay due to, quote, muscle overload.
Okay. Is that like what goes on in the NBA? Like, work. What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? She's not going to play because they play a lot of games.
Oh, why am I blanking too?
What the
Load management?
Load management. We've seen less of it, but is that what that is? Load management? Because it's workload?
Well, when you leave the game previously due to an injury, my guess is SDFC's like, guys, what are we doing? Like, you're not playing. I don't know how it all works again.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's like losing someone in the WBC that we talk about, right?
And this is right before their semifinal match against Minnesota at home.
So their biggest match ever.
Well, yeah.
So that's what it is.
You win, you go to the conference finals.
Yeah.
You win that, go to the MLS Cup. They're 3 wins away from a championship. First major championship in San Diego sports history, if I remind you.
Yes. Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a minute. And he's getting injured in international games. Like, what the F? Nah, bro. I saw that come across my timeline. I'm like,
you're like,
are you serious?
Excuse me? Yeah. No, that's not ideal.
Not ideal.
Yeah, what is? I wonder.
I'd be livid, dude.
And what also isn't ideal, because we've had these conversations with guests from SDFC, like Tyler Heaps, is like he even admitted as much. He's like, it's a long time between matches.
Yeah,
so like what you've done previously, like that's a lot of time. And now I guess it's both ways. I mean, your opponent has had a similar amount of time off to get ready for this, but it seems like too much time just from my seat to be off for 15 days. It seems like a lot of time to me between matches.
I'd rather be off your feet for 15 days than go out there and play for your international
team. Well, that's a whole nother thing.
And potentially get injured like Chucky, did right here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like, I get it. What's more important? You could argue international play, MLS.
Yeah, I don't know enough. Yeah.
But if I am just, Tyler Heaps and Mikey Vares and Tom Penn, and I work for SDFC, this is not something I like, because their sole focus is on SDFC, their club, not on international play.
No, you're right. Who are we rooting for, by the way, in the other matches in the quarterfinals, essentially?
I want to see a SDFC
LAFC?
LAFC matchup here at Snapdragon Stadium in the conference finals for a chance to go to the MLS Cup. That
Here's
would
the other
be
thing.
insane.
Here's the other thing we're rooting for. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think we're rooting for NYCFC as the 5 seed to beat Philadelphia, the top seed, not just because Philadelphia's the top seed and has had as good of a year as anyone, but because then it keeps Snapdragon Stadium in play for an MLS Cup. Because if Philadelphia wins, Snapdragon's no longer in play.
No.
Because the 1 moves on and the 2 and 3, someone's going to win that.
Yeah.
And any of the 1, 2, 3 would host. But if the 5 in the East gets to the MLS Cup, then if SDFC is in the MLS Cup, it would be in San Diego.
What if SDFC played Philadelphia? I might have to cover that game.
Yes, Aaron. Yes, that's right. I know Aaron's a big.
Aaron's a big
So
Philadelphia.
are you telling me you would? Are you telling me? Yeah. What's the name of the Philadelphia team?
No clue, dude.
Philly FC.
You're like breaking down like the back line for SDFC. And you don't know the name of the teams in the league. Okay, this is great.
Oh boy.
How many of these
you have it in
teams?
front of you?
I know the team. I'm Philadelphia Union, dude.
Oh, so,
Live
okay.
a little. That's like not knowing Ohio
live a
State's
little?
the Buckeyes.
Live a little. Ohio
How
State.
many of the teams do you know their name?
Like 7, probably. Honestly.
I kind of want to do this.
Fine, do it.
Okay, let's quickly do it. Austin,
FC,
LA,
FC,
and
Galaxy,
Charlotte.
pass.
Okay, FC. Don't overthink some of these. What's Dallas?
FC,
FC Dallas.
or FC Dallas. Yeah.
What's Montreal?
Canadians.
Just their name is Montreal. That's it.
Okay.
Atlanta
FC.
United.
Oh, United. Sorry.
Chicago
FC.
Fire. DC
FC.
United. You idiot. Miami. What's
Inter
their team?
Miami.
Good job. Nashville.
FC.
SC.
SC.
New York, not the NYCFC we've talked about. There's one other team
Red
in
Bulls?
New York. Correct. Good job. Orlando.
Magic.
Orlando City SC. But anyway, the point is you only are going to get about 30%.
It's
of
United,
these right.
FC, SC, or
it's challenging when I say it this way. Houston.
Dynamo.
Good job. San Jose.
Earthquakes.
Cincinnati.
FC.
Correct. New England.
FC.
Revolution.
Oh, dang it.
Vancouver.
Whitecaps.
Good job. Chicago.
What's Minnesota? I know. Is it Minnesota FC?
Minnesota United.
Minnesota
FC. Seattle.
Supersonics.
Sounders. You.
I know.
Okay, you didn't do great, but on the spot. On the spot.
I would have loved to do it for you.
I think I'm great with names, aren't I? I don't know if I would have gotten all the MLS. Do NWSL.
John.
Do NWSL for me. I'm kind of fascinated.
Okay, fine.
There's only like 12 teams. I don't know if I know any of them, but tell me the names and I'll see if I can do it.
Okay, hold on. Let me pull this up
Okay.
here.
Okay. I'm not looking. Move your computer screen.
Okay.
Not looking. Okay. Give me NWSL team names.
Okay.
Or tell me like the city or something. I don't know. How you gonna do
Okay. Kansas City.
it? Current.
Are you serious?
I see. I know stuff. I'm not looking, dude.
Washington.
I can see it. I think it's actually in Washington State, not DC. Spirit.
Stop.
I'm not looking.
Portland.
I'm thinking it's not Timbers. Rain.
Thorns. Idiot.
Gosh.
Orlando.
Orlando City? Isn't it Alex Morgan's former team? Orlando, they were purple. Orlando Purple People Eaters.
Close. Pride.
Thank you.
Seattle.
Storm. No, it's WNBA.
Rain.
Rain. I said rain earlier for Portland.
San Diego.
Yeah, wave.
Louisville.
Don't tell me. I'm serious. Oh man, I can see it, dude. If something kind of cool.
Okay.
It's
cool.
Man. Dreamers.
Racing.
Oh, that's right.
Uh,
I wouldn't have gotten that.
the New York team.
Gotham FC.
Very cool name.
I'm getting more than you would have on this.
100%.
Right.
Yes,
you were shocked my first.
Yes, I would have named like 2.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
I see. I already said current. Courage.
Jeez. Houston.
Dash.
What the Angel? Oh,
the Angel. That's the Angel City.
Yeah,
Yeah,
LA.
it's LA
I gave it away.
Yeah.
Utah.
That's tough. They're newer. They're brand new, and they're not the hockey team's the Mammoth. Utah. I don't know Utah.
Royals.
Okay, I wouldn't have gotten that.
I have
Are there any
no-
others?
Bay?
Team in the Bay Area?
No, this is a weird name. They're just called Bay.
There's no team called Bay, dude. Is there a team called Bay?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have any others?
Bay Football Club.
Okay.
Chicago.
I don't know.
Stars.
Okay.
You did very well.
I got like 4 or 5. I
would
honestly, if we did
2.
WNBA, I think I would get them all. But that's for another day. All right. We promised you Aztec tickets. You're like a shocked mess. San Diego State against San Jose State Spartans. If you want 2 free tickets, to the Aztecs and Spartans Saturday night, senior night, Snapdragon Stadium. Call right now. Caller 7. You've got 2 free tickets. 877-767-4760. That was scintillating radio. 877-767-4760. Caller 7. 2 free tickets to see the Aztecs. Senior night, massive game, a chance to get to 6-1 in the Mountain West. Call right now. If you want those tickets, tickets are available, by the way. GoAztecs.com. Call right now. If you want those tickets, we'll get to Is That Good? The best and worst of the sports weekend coming up next. John and Jim. All right, John and Jim. The wrap coming up 4 p.m. Will Brinson coming up 4:30. Monday Night Football coming up 5:15. All right, so here until 5:15, we also have that 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. That's underway now. If you guys want to go together,
Okay.
we could do that this holiday season. SeaWorld.
Sure, let's do it.
What's going on right now through January 4th? We can see belugas and the penguins.
Can you handle it? You're not going to chicken out like the Halloween one?
I'm not chickening out. No, I'm not belugaing out.
I don't think I'll be able to make it.
We could go tonight.
We can go maybe
Next week.
Yeah, no.
Okay. What was I going to say? Let's get to this.
Is that good?
Wilcox, snapper, Huber, holder, from 29 yards away. Oh, he missed it badly. Kick on the way. Boswell. That's a winner.
The good and bad from the sports weekend.
So even though against all odds, Shedeur Sanders completed a couple passes. 4 for 16, 47 yards, an interception,
Yeah, that pick.
2 sacks. It's all because he didn't have any reps with the first team, John.
QBR of 2.
Brent, is that good?
No, he's not good. Are you kidding me?
Not great.
And then,
Next time.
Yeah, next time.
Next time.
He'll be better next time.
Next time.
What do you got?
Lucky Sutton, San Diego State tailback, waiting his turn last year behind Marquez Cooper, is over 1,000 yards for the season. He had 150 yards against Boise State. He's the 20th all-time Aztec football player to go over 1,000 yards in a season. He's had an amazing year. He really has. Is his amazing year good?
It is good.
$150 against Boise State's impressive. That's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but that's what Lucky Sutton did Saturday night.
Magoon Guath
Yeah.
is going to return tomorrow night for the Aztecs against Troy. Don't know if he's going to be the starter, but he will return. Brian Dutcher said that this morning. Brian, is that good?
It is good.
Yeah, big time addition, obviously. No matter how long he plays in his first game, no matter what he looks like, he changes a game at both ends. I mean, it's really unbelievable what he can do at both ends of the floor. Kyle Hart back on a 1-year deal with an option for a second year.
What was his stats last year?
He had a 5.86 in 20 games, 6 starts, a negative .5 WAR. Lifetime ERA in the big leagues is over 7.
Huh. Nice.
I don't even know what I'm asking.
Does he still think they have a shot at the division?
Oh yeah, wasn't he talking about like
Yeah.
we're coming for him? Like you're coming for
That
who?
was Kyle Hart?
Yeah, that's Kyle Hart.
Oh my
We're
gosh.
coming for them. You are?
Or you got a 5.38 ERA. dude.
We?
The only thing that's coming for you is the unemployment line.
Yeah, it's like February, dude. You just got here.
You're going back to Korea to try to win another Dong Award.
Did he win the Dong in 2023?
Oh, did he win the Dong Award?
He did win the Dong.
Yeah.
And they just signed another guy who won the Dong, right?
Yeah. They got multiple Dong Award winners.
Who's the other guy that just won the Dong?
I forget.
Anyway.
Or no, they didn't sign him. He was
Cody Ponce.
Cody Ponce.
Cody
He was
Ponce.
linked to them because Jeff Passan said this was like the move that's
The
going to bring him
big
over the
move.
top. Yeah, the big move.
All right. Anyways, is that good?
No, he's not good. Are you kidding me?
Hey, maybe it'd be better. Seriously, maybe it'll be better, but how much better? Half WAR guy, maybe,
Oh, a half war.
in an ideal situation.
Maybe he'll get a half war.
What else you got?
Do you want me to go good or bad? Like,
Don't do it. You could do it. Steph Curry.
Steph Curry. Over the weekend, I guess, was it last week?
I don't know what it was.
All right.
I think it was over the
I
weekend.
just want to talk about Steph Curry, all right?
I know you do.
In 2 games against the Spurs, I think it was last week, put up 46 and 49, tying Michael Jordan's record for most 40-point games after the age of 35. Or no, at the age of 30, sorry, with 44, tying Michael Jordan. Is that
Okay.
good?
Did they win?
They did.
They won both games.
Both games?
Close
Okay.
games. Close games.
It is good.
Tied Michael Jordan's record for most 40-point games after the age of 30 in his career at 44.
Yeah, but there's a caveat.
What's the caveat?
Michael Jordan didn't play for 2 years
Okay.
and retired relatively early
I'll
compared
see.
to today's players like
Great.
LeBron.
I don't see LeBron on any of these lists.
Give him. Wait, what's the number again? He's done? What? I wasn't even listening. He's got the most 40-point games since age 30.
44.
And LeBron has less than that?
LeBron
Since
is
age 30?
way below that.
Since age 30. Interesting.
Way below that.
Okay. Well, then Steph is clearly the best basketball player in the history of the sport. Now that he has that,
Bro, he's better than that.
he's good. He's great. It's Steph Curry. He's great. All right, I'll give you one more, and then I think you have a bonus one.
I do have a
on
bonus
the other
one.
side. My last one is the Chiefs are 5-5. Is that good? It's good for the rest of the NFL.
Get some new fresh meat in there.
Dude, if you're Josh Allen, if you're Buffalo, and you somehow have a postseason where Kansas City's not in it,
But what you don't want to happen if you're Buffalo, if you're the 2 seed and the Chiefs are the 7 seed, you're facing the Chiefs in round
great
1.
Point. I hadn't thought about that.
No, thank you.
I hadn't thought about that.
Just like I'm also thinking about the future right now with the potential of the Eagles facing the Niners in the first round, which is a very big possibility.
That would be like a, what do you say? Like
2-7
2-7?
matchup.
3-6.
Okay.
Yeah.
2-7, 3-6. Absolutely.
Who's more likely to be the one, Philly or LA? Rams or Eagles? They're both 8-2.
Probably Eagles because they have the tiebreaker over the Rams.
Yeah, good point. They have a tiebreaker. Yeah. What's your bonus one?
Are you okay?
No.
Wemby is going to miss multiple weeks due to a calf injury. Is that good? Is
I
that
told
good?
you.
No, he's not.
This is the thing.
Are you kidding me?
This is why you said Air Force is going undefeated with Wemby.
Yes, I did.
Because the thing is, and it's a fun conversation, but he could like miss time because if he's going to play every day on this undefeated Air Force team, they're going to need to play like 35 minutes a game.
Yeah, but he's also not playing against like Steph Curry every night.
It's true. But if he missed time at Air Force, would Air Force still go undefeated?
No, they wouldn't.
No chance.
Well, of course they wouldn't.
But with him,
Yes, with him, they're undefeated.
do you think he would play through this if he was at Air Force and the team was undefeated? They were 4-0 right now.
Tears his Achilles.
Jeez. So he's going to miss multiple weeks?
Yeah, with calf injury.
I can't deal with that, man. This guy's taking
No,
the
you
league
can't.
by storm, specifically right now, this year.
That's been Wemby's biggest problem so far. He
I
can't stay
know.
healthy. Now the blood clot in his shoulder was like a unforeseen thing.
Was that a freak thing? Like,
Yeah, freak thing. But still, when you're that big, that lanky, like, I don't know, man. Can you stay fully healthy? That's the biggest question.
well, let me answer it. No, because it's
No.
only the third year he's been in the NBA and he missed 46 games last year.
Yeah.
Maybe instead of doing kung fu, he should hang out with Chet Holmgren because I didn't think there's
Chet-
any way he could stay healthy,
Well,
and
Chet
for the most
missed a
part,
lot
he
of-
has.
No, he missed a lot of time, didn't he, last year? Chet
Last
had a broken bone.
Yeah, last year he did.
But it's a good point from Brian.
But overall,
Chet's
though-
played, yeah, they both. Yeah, I didn't think Chet would be a good NBA player.
I didn't either.
I didn't
He's-
either.
He's fine.
Now, is he Victor Wembanyama?
No.
chance in that. But nobody is.
He's not Sean Bradley either, though.
Good, he's better than that.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're right.
He's good. but
I
he's not,
love
like,
me some
great.
Wemby, dude.
I know you do. He's like
I
your favorite
do.
player of all time.
I don't understand. Wemby, though, is Otani Angels. It's like he had 50, 50, and 50 in like a 100 to 99 loss. He does everything.
The game that the game last week, it was a cup game. So it was a Friday night.
Cup game. Stop. Yeah.
You know, it was Spurs Warriors. It was an insane game. I was texting you and you're like, I don't
Well,
care.
like what?
Like, huh?
Like, dude, let me
There was a sequence at the end of the game where
I saw that.
there's like under a minute left. And I think the Warriors were either down by 1 or up by 1. I forget. Jimmy Butler stole the ball, top of the key. And Wemby on a 2-on-1, Steph like goes behind his back to Jimmy Butler. Wemby's like facing the opposite direction, turns his hips, and then blocks Jimmy Butler in one of the most insane blocks you'll ever see.
I saw that.
It was like, what the hell just happened? It was incredible. He'll make 2 or 3 or 4 of those incredible plays every game.
Every game. Yeah.
Because of his size and his length. And it's just incredible.
There's some, you sent me some like Getty images or just like photos from like Steph Curry shooting a 3 over Victor Wembanyama. And it truly looks like it's a photoshopped image. It looks like Victor Wembanyama is twice the size.
It's ridiculous.
Twice. I'm not kidding. And with his arm outreach like that, he basically probably is close to, he's 10 feet in the air.
Like if Wemby wanted to, he could just easily like jump over Steph if Steph was just standing straight up.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous stuff.
Yeah.
All right, the wrap on the other side, Will Brinson at 4:30. Monday Night Football, Cowboys and Raiders coming up at 5:15. Plus, we're giving away tickets in the 4 o'clock hour to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. Hour 3, John and Jim next.
All right, this update is brought to you by Indeed.com. We'll start with tonight, Monday Night Football, Raiders and Cowboys, 5:15 kickoff. You can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. San Diego State is in the driver's seat in the Mountain West Conference after their 17-7 victory over Boise State this past Saturday night. If they win out the remaining 2 games, they will host a Mountain West Conference title game at Snapdragon Stadium. And the hot stove is very much lit for the Padres as they made a huge signing today, signing pitcher Kyle Hart to a 1-year, $1 million deal. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
All right, San Diego and Southern California, what's going on? This is hour 3 of John and Jim. We're with you for the next 75 minutes until 5:15. Cowboys and Raiders from Vegas, Allegiant Stadium, on this Monday night. And we'll have that for you right here on San Diego Sports 760. A week from tonight, Aztecs in Vegas, taking on the University of Michigan. San Diego State basketball against Michigan, Players Era. Game 1 of 3 for the Aztecs. Will Brinson, senior NFL writer, CBS Sports. He will join us coming up at 4:30. What you just showed me via tweet from Blake Harris, who covers the Dodgers. Can you
we can play sound later in the show.
There is sound of that.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just who's
I have no idea. Someone on ESPN LA saying something about Ohtani. I don't know.
Okay,
I'll put it in the rundown. We'll play it
okay.
we'll play it next segment.
Okay, we're gonna hear it on the other side. Something about Shohei Ohtani and the Padres. Not Ohtani's linked to the Padres. No, like Shohei Ohtani related to the Padres. We'll share it with you coming up in about 15
He's
minutes.
like, what? They got Kyle Hart back? Get me over there.
Kyle Hart, but also Ohtani's on the
Ohtani's like, you know what? I gotta move. They just signed Kyle Hart. I need to go to the Padres.
Exactly.
Trade me now.
All right, Will Brinson at 4:30, Monday Night Football at 5:15. Right now, the wrap.
It's time for the wrap. Presented by Sombrero Mexican Food. Check out their website at sombreromex.com.
Will the Chiefs make the playoffs?
I want to say no.
Yeah, I know.
But this stupid team and stupid quarterback has burned too many people saying that their season's over, the downfall has begun. So, no, I can't say definitively they will make the playoffs or they will make the playoffs. The only thing definitively I could say is they're not winning their division. But will they make the playoffs? Probably win the AFC title game again.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm going to say the Chiefs do make the postseason. I mean, like you said, they've won a division every year since 2015. Like, you kind of have to go with them until they don't get it done. I mean, just look at these win totals, dude. I mean, it's unbelievable. The last time they won fewer than 11 games was 2017. That's the last time they won fewer than 11 games in a regular season. So I'll trust them to figure it out. I think 5-2 gets them in. 10-7 overall. What do you got, bro?
This is their remaining schedule. They got Colts at home, on the road against the Cowboys, Texans at home, Chargers at home, on the road against the Titans, Broncos at home, and then at the Raiders to finish it out.
Yeah, as we said earlier in the show, there's two victories there for them that are guaranteed. Everything else, that's going to be very tough.
Yeah, true. Next question.
Would you guys take Ohio State or the field to win the college football playoff?
I'm taking Ohio State to win the national championship again, even though they haven't played anybody.
I know you. You have said that a lot.
They've not played
and then
anybody.
We did UCLA without UCLA's quarterback.
And if they lose once again to Michigan,
they're still probably fine. Well, they're obviously in the playoff.
I need to see what they do against Michigan.
Yeah, and that's at Michigan.
That is
It's
at
in the big
Michigan.
house.
That's at the big house. But I mean, look at their schedule.
If
and who
Rutgers
they've
at home
beaten.
this week.
This is who they've beaten so far this year. Like Texas, okay.
Yeah.
But they won 14-7. First game of the year, it's always weird.
Right.
It was the beginning of Arch Manning sucking.
Yep.
Then they beat Grambling 70-0. They beat Ohio 37-9. They beat a really bad Washington team 24-6. They beat Minnesota. They beat Illinois. Okay,
Right.
fine.
Wisconsin.
They blow out Wisconsin. They kill Penn State.
Yeah.
They kill Purdue.
Kill UCLA.
And they're going to kill Rutgers this
Kill them.
weekend.
And then the Michigan. I'm with you. I mean,
Who have they played?
here's to your point on Michigan. It's not about win or lose. They're in the playoff. And they could win the playoff because they did it last year, losing to Michigan. But I am curious, like, do they get a game for Michigan? And if they do we change our opinion on them being definitively the best? As in, if they go to Michigan and win 24-21, at that point, you'd be like, well, they're definitely going to win the playoff. I don't think I would say it then. But if they go to Michigan and win 42-13,
then
I'd be
have
like,
a
they're not
different
losing.
opinion. I have a different opinion if that happens. If they lose to Michigan once again, Michigan's own them.
fourth straight time or something.
Fourth or fifth. It's been a while.
Yep.
Then my answer would be different because they played nobody. Nobody.
Yeah, I am curious how many times Michigan has won in a row. I'm looking, and it feels like it's been hold on, I need to know. Michigan has won 4 straight times in the series against Ohio State's been ranked second in America each of those 4 games. They're 0-4 in those 4 games.
If they lose against, that's 5. It'd be 5 straight years. Oh my gosh.
Is that not crazy? They were the number 2 team in the nation 4 straight years against Michigan, lost all 4 games.
And the thing with last year's national title is like, yeah, but you won the national title, but you lost to Michigan. So if I'm Ryan Day, who you lose to Michigan again, bro.
Who do you think leads the all-time series?
Ohio State.
Michigan, convincingly 62-51.
Wow.
I know, that surprised me as well. But they've won 4 straight. Next question.
Are the Chargers good?
Well, their offensive line sucks. Justin Herbert threw for 80 yards against the Jaguars.
And they were like, you're good. Once the game was out of hand, right?
Yeah. Trey Lance, go in the game.
You're good.
We're fine. We're fine.
Yeah. I think
But
They
their
were good
offensive
yesterday.
line is awful. I don't like Greg Roman as an offensive coordinator at all.
It used to be at the Niners for a while, right?
I don't think they have enough weapons. The defense is fine. They'll never have a home field ever, so
Yeah.
it doesn't matter where they play.
And they'll be on the road anyway in the playoffs, right? They're not winning that division.
Okay.
They're fine. I think they finished 10-7. I haven't looked at this. They're 7-4, I think. I haven't looked at the last 6. I'll assume they go 10-7 and figure a way out to get into the postseason. But yeah, I don't think they're a contender at this point. They're okay. They're fine. Next
Maybe
question.
a little less time with Madison Beer and a little more time like watching game film, Justin.
Well, apparently this week. You're right. Next question.
Even though I get it.
Beer. Would you guys take San Diego State or the field to win the Mountain West?
Like football.
You can go anywhere you want with it, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I guess that means the Mountain West championship game. Hey, they got to get there and beat it after win it.
Take San Diego State to the field to win the Mountain West. I mean, I would take San Diego State. Football. We're talking football
Yeah,
here.
football, because I think they've positioned themselves to basically, can they host this game? And if they host this game, they'll have a good chance to hopefully win the game.
Yeah, even if they don't host a game,
They still have a decent chance to win the game.
they have a chance to be in it. I think with their win over Boise, I don't know what the percent chance of them just being in the Mountain West Conference
Neither do
title
I.
game is. But my feeling is it's pretty good.
I think it is pretty good.
Now, there's a scenario where if they were to lose one of these final 2 games and like Hawaii wins out, then the championship game is in Hawaii, right?
I haven't seen all the scenarios, but I think you're right. Imagine that. I do think there's a world where San Diego State plays at Hawaii. I think there's a world where they play at New Mexico because those 2 teams play the final week.
Mhm.
So if New Mexico had the tiebreaker, you could have back-to-back games at New Mexico. There's a scenario that you're hosting one of those teams or hosting UNLV or maybe even at UNLV. I don't know. But the point is, with still 2 games remaining, I feel like there's a lot of possibilities.
How do you not know every single scenario?
I've been asking. I haven't gotten them.
Come on, Jamie. Let's go.
No, it's not on Jamie. It's on the league.
Oh, okay. Come on,
And
league.
I was already critical of the league earlier today, so I can't like double down on that. It wasn't critical. I just would have given the player of the week award to Lucky Sutton. But what were we saying? Yeah. Listen, if they win their next 2 games, they host the Mountain West Championship game. But that requires them to win their next 2 games to host the Mountain West Championship game.
Yes, it would. Yeah.
And if Jordan Napier's going to be out, I don't know if he is or isn't, but that's a big loss for the offense. So,
Yeah.
now can you beat San Jose State at home? Yeah, you absolutely can. They need to. And then can you go to New Mexico and win?
I can't believe like how Jordan Napier got hurt. That football wasn't even thrown close to him. And then the defender went low on him.
I know.
And just the war. It's like didn't even have a chance to catch the football.
No, he didn't even go after it.
It was a little like bubble screen or something. And
it's just like football. And honestly, I don't even know, like Rich was saying on the air, I don't even know if the defender's at fault there because the defender never looked up. He's just like making a play. He's like, oh, throw's coming this way. I'm going to go through the player. Honestly, if the defender looks up, I wonder if he could have had a play on the ball.
Oh, he probably could have had a pick right there.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, I think the defender just like, I don't know, tried to make a tackle.
Yeah.
And then it cost Jordan Napier the rest of the game. We'll see if it costs the Aztecs more than just the rest of the game for Jordan Napier. I just think that's such a critical, like the injuries now did have really piled up. Tano Latuli, captain linebacker, Jordan Napier, star receiver.
Yeah.
Now, Chris Johnson returned. He was awesome in this game.
Made some incredible
insane tackles, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, that's good. That's encouraging. But
he's going to play on Sundays. It's
100%. I think he could be like a top 2 round type pick.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. He's been awesome.
Still got the defensive line that's played well. Trey
Really
White
well.
out there.
Linebackers are still playing well.
Yep.
Owen Chambliss and Mr. Williams.
I love that name, Mr. Williams.
It's so good. But yeah, they've had to overcome injuries. I guess all teams do this time of year.
Have to.
Yeah,
everybody has injuries. It's just about who can, prevail and withstand the longest.
Yeah, depth. And the Aztecs have a level of depth certainly on defense.
Yeah.
We'll see if they can overcome the loss of Jordan Napier. All right, we're not hearing directly from Shohei Ohtani, are we?
No. I don't know who this is.
Okay.
But somebody on ESPN LA is talking. I don't know. We'll talk about it coming up next.
We don't even know what it is.
It has to do with Shohei Ohtani and the Padres. So
right, not linking them together. But you'll hear it on the other side. Plus, Will Princeton at 4:30 is John and Jim. All right, John and Jim, Will Brinson coming up at 4:30. We've got Monday Night Football at 5:15. So with you for the next hour here on John and Jim. Jim, I'm going to have you maybe set this up, whatever it is, from ESPN LA.
Okay, so Blake Harris, giant douche on social media, Dodger lover, fan, whatever you want to call it, put out this tweet. Let me just pull this up here. He said, Shohei Ohtani doesn't tip his helmet towards the Padres dugout anymore.
Wow.
And I don't know who the hell this is on ESPN LA. I don't think it's Blake Harris because it doesn't sound or look like him. Actually, I don't even know what Blake Harris sounds like.
Right.
Guy looks kind of like a dweeb anyway. But this is what was said on ESPN LA about Shohei Ohtani not tipping his hat anymore or tipping his helmet anymore to the Padres dugout.
Yeah, I'll give you something. When the next time you guys talk about the Dodgers-Padres rivalry, if you notice, if you watch Shohei Ohtani at the start of every game, his first plate appearance, he walks to the plate and he tips his helmet to the opposing dugout, right? And then he does his salute. There is only one team and one manager that he stopped doing that for, and that was Mike Shilton, the San Diego Padres, after what happened at Dodger Stadium where they threw up and in and hit him with Suarez at 100 in the back. And, of course, he handled that with grace in the moment. He calmed the tempers for the Dodger dugout. Do not come out of here. Stay in. I'm fine. He laughed about it with Suarez at the All-Star game. But in the ensuing Dodger-Padres series after that, there was no more pregame salute. And so I thought, so we talk about manners and respect. I think his understanding that respect is a two-way street.
Yep.
Once you cross that line, he is aware of it. And I thought that spoke volumes. He never said anything about it, nor will he ever. But that silence, it says a lot, I think.
What are we talking about? Like, there's always the games within the games. So what? Because Shohei Ohtani got hit and didn't like the antics back and forth between the Padres and the Dodgers. He doesn't respect the Padres anymore. Managers change. In fact, they did in San Diego. Players change. So he's not going to tip his helmet because he got hit.
Let me just say this.
Who was that talking?
I have no idea, nor do I really care. That is the biggest nobody cares non-story ever. And the only reason why this person on ESPN LA and Blake Harris, the giant douche, is trying to make a story is because he's trying to get Padres fans to, it's a rage bait tweet. It's rage bait tweet, 100%. Right. Like, we're talking about it mainly because, you know. Anyway.
I mean but it's interesting. It's interesting if it's even accurate.
Who cares? Oh, because Shohei Ohtani doesn't tip his helmet towards the opposing team's dugout for the Padres. Like,
is he going to do it for Craig Stammen?
Does he know who Craig Stammen is? I mean, who cares? I like it. I don't care if you tip my hat to the opposing team's dugout. I'm trying to get you out. Like, this is professional sports. You don't have to be nice here.
Right. I guess the interesting part of it, but he does it to every other team. He does it when facing the San Francisco Giants, but he doesn't do it when now playing the San Diego. I mean, is that even accurate? I
would love to go back and watch the World Series to see if Shohei Ohtani tipped his hat
every single game
to the Blue Jays dugout.
That is a very dumb story, to your point. I don't care either. I could literally
might be the dumbest offseason story you could possibly.
If he does tip his cap, I don't care. And if he doesn't, I don't care.
No, nobody should care.
Have we ever mentioned that? And doing this every day for years, have we ever mentioned like, oh, did you see Ohtani tip his helmet? We don't care.
I don't care.
So that is kind of interesting.
Like, it doesn't matter.
I'm almost surprised that on ESPN LA post back-to-back World Series that even comes up in any form or fashion. Right? Like, why would you be like, oh, well, guess what? He doesn't do this against the Padres. Who cares? It's won the World Series.
It's another case of like, you just won your second straight World Series, but you're talking on the Padres.
It's like the urinal meme. Like, why do you need to go like right next to me at the urinal? Like, yeah, why are you talking about the Padres?
Why? Who cares?
Yeah,
you just won another World Series, and you're talking about Shohei Ohtani not tipping his hat to the Padres.
I was actually interested when the guy was like, "Yeah, the Dodgers-Padres rivalry." I mean, honestly, in LA, I'm shocked anyone would call it a rivalry. Like, if I was covering the Dodgers or working every day in LA, would you refer to this as a rivalry? It's been a good series, but I don't know how we can. Honestly, I think even here it's hard to call it a rivalry. Dodgers have won 3 World Series this decade. That's not necessarily like it's been back and forth between the Padres and the Dodgers. Like Padres are gonna have to win a World Series to make it a rivalry, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean the Padres are going to have to do better than they've been doing.
Yeah,
That's for sure. But they're still good. They're still a good baseball team. It's not like the Padres are in the stratosphere of the
Rockies.
Colorado Rockies. Then obviously it's not a rivalry. But I mean, look, the Dodgers and Padres, when they play each other, we see it.
It means a lot.
It means a lot because the fan bases hate each other. The teams don't like each other. I mean, with Mike Schilt gone now, a little different, but still, there's no love lost between these two franchises, and especially the fan base.
I agree with that. No, there isn't. There isn't love lost. And whoever was saying that on ESPN LA. And Shohei Ohtani, apparently there's no love lost because he can't stand Mike Schilt.
Could anybody stand Mike Schilt?
Was that really on? When I go back to that night, that was to be objective about it. It's not like that was all on the Padres.
No, I
right.
That was a lot of.
That was the Dave Roberts "I'll see you outside" game.
Yeah, they kept hitting Tatis,
Yeah.
and then the Padres retaliated because that's what you do. And so when you hit Tatis as many times as you've hit Tatis, which I think it was like 3 times in like a 2-week span,
Right.
then guess what? Ohtani's getting drilled. That's what happened.
And he was almost like cool with it in real time. Remember, just took his base.
And the only person that wasn't cool with it was Dave Roberts.
Yeah.
He acted like a giant clown.
That's exactly right.
Maybe this is the real reason why Schulte retired. He just couldn't live with the shame of not getting the Ohtani hat tip every game. He couldn't live with it anymore.
Yeah, I can't do it.
All right, Will Brinson, senior NFL writer, CBS Sports. Does he think the Chiefs are going to find a way to make the postseason this year or not? Plus, his thoughts on tonight, Cowboys and Raiders. Will Brinson on the other side. We've got Monday Night Football coming up at 5:15. We also have a 4-pack of tickets to give away to SeaWorld San Diego for the Christmas celebration going on now. Stay with us on John and Jim. All right, hey guys, it is Schaefer again, and there's no better time than now to get down to your local Toyota dealer. They do have new vehicles arriving each and every day. We're talking about their most popular cars and trucks and SUVs. So whatever kind of vehicle you're looking for, just hurry into your Toyota dealer. You can do that today. They've got great deals going on right now on new Toyota trucks. We're talking about large inventories, Tacomas and Tundras ready to roll. The Tacoma, known for its legendary toughness, its off-road capability, its everyday efficiency. It's perfect for whatever you're looking for, weekend adventures, tackling your to-do list, whatever it is. And the Tundra brings serious power, impressive towing capacity, and bold design, plus the latest tech and comfort features. So whether you need a truck that's built for the trails or built for work or just built for your family's next adventure, Toyota has you covered. Again, new vehicles arriving daily, including their most popular cars and trucks and SUVs. We make it easy. See your Toyota dealer today.
This update is brought to you by Indeed.com. We'll start with Monday Night Football. Cowboys and Raiders in Las Vegas, 5:15 kickoff. You can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. San Diego State is in the driver's seat of the Mountain West Conference after their 17-7 victory over Boise State this past weekend. If they win out, they will host the Mountain West Conference title game at Snapdragon Stadium. And the hot stove is absolutely lit as the Padres signed pitcher Kyle Hart today to a 1-year deal. Yay. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
All right, John and Jim, Will Brinson will join us momentarily. Looking back at yesterday in the NFL, looking ahead to tonight, Cowboys and Raiders. You can hear it right here on San Diego Sports 760. Then later this hour, your chance to win a 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. They are getting ready in Vegas, Jim. They are getting ready. Geno Smith and company.
Big matchup tonight.
Big one. Only one of these two teams will win at most. There could even be a tie. Will Brinson back with us right now.
I hope there's not a tie.
We're trying to hype this thing up as we've got it on San Diego Sports 760. Will, tonight's game, this Raiders Cowboys game. If you were selling this, like the hard sell for our listeners tonight, we got Cowboys and Raiders in Vegas. Sell me on tonight. And thanks, Will, for hopping on.
Oh, of course. Always enjoy it every week, boys. I don't know. I'm like kind of hyped up for this one. Like let's think about this. Can you name the last enjoyable Sunday or Monday night football game?
Interesting.
Because last night's game, let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't very fun. 19-6. Pat's game was okay, but kind of a runaway on Thursday. But if we're just doing Sunday, Monday night, 10-7 Eagles, Packers, 25-10 Chargers, Steelers, 27-17 Cardinals, Cowboys. There's a shocker, but not fun. 38-14 Seahawks, Commanders, absolute blowout. Chiefs robbed the Commanders, Packers and Steelers. That was like kind of good until the very end. So it's like, but that's back to like week 8. So we're talking about a lot of primetime games in a row that have been terrible. And this one, to me, with a horrible Cowboys defense and a horrible Raiders defense, profiles is one where, like, if the Cowboys had Micah Parsons, you could see a situation where they just obliterate the Raiders. But Geno is going to make things weird. You Cowboys are always going to be a spectacle themselves. You got superstar talent out there, like CeeDee Lamb, Brock Bowers, Ashton Genty. Javonte Williams has been playing really well, even if he's not a superstar. George Pickens is liable to do anything at any point in time. And then Dak Prescott. So, like, I'm here for a high-scoring game between two terrible teams that just gets weird and wacky out in the desert versus watching the Eagles and some other good defensive team just ram each other's heads against the wall for 4.5 hours. Like give me this.
Yes, that's
like
weird.
That. That's good.
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm fully in now.
Yeah.
Will, thank you. I appreciate you. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the question that everyone's talking about today. Kansas City Chiefs, 5-5. They're not going to win the division. I think we're all pretty, confident in saying that. But I think I'm still not confident in saying they won't make the playoffs. Are you of the same mindset, or how do you feel in the Chiefs now going forward at 5-5?
I mean, look, they are not in a great spot. The schedule is, they're the Chiefs. They're going to be favored in most of these games, but Indy at home, that's not a freebie. The Colts are playing great football. Now, I have the sense that Patrick Mahomes at home against Daniel Jones in a literal must-win game is a spot where I'll be looking to back the Chiefs. And I would guess, I haven't looked at next week's lines. I would guess it's like 4.5 or more, if not like much higher. At the Cowboys, definitely, I think that's Thanksgiving. Definitely can go in there and win that one. Patrick Mahomes on Thanksgiving, like shoot at my veins. Texans at home is a tough one. CJ Stroud should be back. Chargers at home. Chargers are, they'll be healthier, but they're not going to get their tackles back. At the Titans, Broncos at home on Christmas Day, and then at the Raiders. So, like, they should really win at worst 5 of those, right? So, I mean, then you get to 10-7. Now, if they mess up and they lose a game that they're not supposed to lose, and I don't think the Chiefs have necessarily done that. Maybe you could say the Jaguars game, right? Where, I mean, because like you lose at Denver. I mean, that Denver's a good team, and they're 9-2. They're probably playing above their weight, but that's fine. You lose it at the Jaguars on Monday night. Probably should have won that game. And then the first 2 to start the season, I think it's like, and then of course at Buffalo. I mean, their losses aren't bad. The difference in the Chiefs this year versus the Chiefs last year is a lot like the difference between Denver last year and Denver this year. Denver is winning all of its one-score games, and Kansas City's winning none of them. And they won every single one last year. So I think that's a little bit of the luck balancing out. They have looked like a little lethargic on offense and not the same Chiefs. What I would be worried about is if I was in the AFC is this run of games, particularly to close out, where Denver won't be resting people week 17 for sure, but Tennessee and the Raiders, plus the Chargers and that Cowboys game could be a total shootout. Kansas City finds something down the stretch, and then you've got to host them as a wild card. I think they will make the playoffs. Division does feel off the table. But, yeah, I mean, they don't look like the same team. But I would say that this Kansas City team, despite the record, is probably better than last year's team.
Yeah, we were talking about that today.
Yeah. A lot luckier.
So they're going to be the 7th seed and then be favored in like 3 straight playoff games on the road. Not really, but it would be interesting.
Right,
it would be very interesting if that does play out. Will Brinson's with us right now, senior NFL writer, CBS Sports. Looking at the NFC North, we discussed this a little bit earlier, where the Bears are now 7-3. Packers have that weird tie. Lions lost yesterday. You referenced to Philadelphia on Sunday Night Football. How does this shake out in the NFC North between the Bears and the Packers and the Lions?
Man, the Bears are something else, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, Caleb, I've got Caleb on my fantasy team. I'm pretty sure he hadn't thrown a passing touchdown in 2 weeks. And they have a -6 point differential, and they're 7-3. They would be one of the weaker division winners we've seen in a while if they do pull off the NFC North. I mean, I think the Lions are better, but then the Lions have also had these games where, I mean, they looked bad last night. Jared Goff looked shook. I do think the Eagles defense, and maybe you asked me about that, but I do think the Eagles defense post-trade deadline is shaping up to be a top 3 unit and looks really dangerous. The Packers are the weirdest freaking team. You lose at the Browns, you lose at home to the Panthers. You kind of step up your game in certain spots, but not really. I think the Bears could pull it off. I just don't know if I necessarily trust them. I do think, Ben Johnson's a good coach and they have tons of upside offensively, but there's just something a little shaky about them.
So my wife's an Eagles fan, Will, and every week they win every week, but every week she's like upset. She's like, "Oh, they didn't win. They didn't win good enough, or they didn't score enough points." And with the talent they have on this team, they're only averaging on 23 points per game this year. They just lost Lane Johnson. They have the weapons to potentially be one of the best offenses in the league, but for whatever reason this year, it's just not fully clicking. Even though they're 8-2, is there any worry with them, or in your mind, do you not feel that way?
No, I think there's definitely worry with them because, remember we talked about it over the last month, right? Week 7 and 8, they have these offensive explosions where they start throwing the ball deep. And it's all right, go to your bye, come out of that and keep that up. And, this is a really dangerous team. Kevin Patullo, I think, is the biggest concern there with the offensive coordinator, just because the play calling is not as aggressive, and they play things safe. They play things close to the vest. Defensively, like I said before, I think they are a real freaking problem now for the NFL, just because you had Jalen Phillips, you had some pieces on the back end. Vic Fangio's, one of the all-time great defensive coordinators. Phillips played for him in Miami, so he slots right in. Carter and Davis in the middle are just so good luck stopping them when they're on. But Lane Johnson, you remember this has been a thing for the Eagles for a long time. And I think the initial prognosis might be Lisfranc, which is, something that's, you're not like rolling back from the playoffs from.
Right.
Lane Johnson matters for the Eagles, a big deal. Like we've seen their offense crater when he goes off the field. So I think that's a major concern. Now they're going to be in the mix for the 1 seed. Obviously, you beat the Packers, beat the Lions back to back. You got this great record. You're winning the division. I think you're like minus 20,000 to win the division. That's not a problem. The issue is like if you run into, let's say, the Rams or the Seahawks, and you've got this great defense too, but can you do anything offensively if you can't run against them? Because we just haven't seen that out of the bye. We saw it for this 2-week stretch. And if Lane's missing, I have major concerns about just being able to throw the ball downfield, how the chemistry is working with Hurts and A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. I mean, A.J. Brown like does the squeaky wheel thing, gets 10 targets, and then still, doesn't even play that well. And I love A.J. Brown, but I think all of that is pretty concerning. So, you talk about teams that can really get hot and make a run through the playoffs. What you kind of need is an elite passing game. And I just have questions about it from the play caller to the execution with the wide receivers and whether or not they can take the top off. It's great if your defense is awesome, but the concern with me would be that the vertical passing game has gone back to what it was the first few weeks of the season, and they're just kind of getting by.
It's interesting you say that. So to put a bow on it, because the Eagles won against the Rams, right, all the way back in like week 3 in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
If they met again,
total luck box win by the way. Yeah,
I agreed. If they met again, and even if it was in Philadelphia, I mean, are you leaning towards Rams even if it was in Philadelphia again?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a Rams hawk, so I would take the Rams to win even if it was in Philly. The Eagles have clearly given them issues, but the Rams had them like dead and buried. Now, we saw it yesterday with the Seahawks game, and Sean McVay, as good as a coach he is, and he's a great coach, like one of the 5 best in the league easily. He does have a tendency to sort of, pucker up because that implies he might choke, but just to sort of get real conservative with a lead instead of pressing on the gas and trying to put a team away and just running the ball and letting his defense work. So that would maybe be a concern. We saw it with the Eagles, saw it yesterday, but yeah, I think I would lean towards the Rams, even though the Eagles would still be favored, of course, at home.
Final one for me, Will. Even though the Niners have a major injury to a key player every single week, they have a fully healthy offense now. How much Niners stock are you buying for the rest of this season?
Oh, yeah, I'm buying. I think Purdy. Look, Mac Jones did an awesome job filling in for Brock Purdy. I mean, I think he made himself, I don't know if it's conservative because it's a big number, but I think he made himself like $40 million for the rest of his career.
Wow. Yeah, I wish I did that.
Stretch of football, just because like somebody, they always do this. It's like, that guy was great for Kyle Shanahan. I should sign him, Like
right.
He might get a big free agent contract from somebody. And then 2, you see the way that he handled the role as the backup to step in, to play really well immediately when called on. And then, he's not going to make some stink about it. He's just like, he and Brock are cheering each other on. They knew who was going to start once Brock was healthy. And so I think he made himself a ton of money, kept the ship afloat, because we've seen it crater for many teams, even Kyle Shanahan teams. When you lose that quarterback for an extended period, you don't have a good backup. But like Purdy, you saw it. I mean, they didn't, and you go back to coaching, like they could have come out and said, we're just going to pound the ball at CMC and ease Brock in. They went vertical to Kittle early and often, and I love that. So yeah, I think Robert Saleh can coach the defense up well enough, and Brock Purdy elevates that offense enough that I definitely want to buy in on San Francisco. Now, they are the 3rd best team in that division, and even at 7-4, it's not an insult. It's just you got 2 teams with if the 49ers were fully healthy on defense, it might be a different story, but it's just hard to compete when you lose all that star power at those positions. Their schedule is pretty nice the rest of the way, depending on what happens with Seattle in week 18. But Carolina at home. Now, at the Browns is actually kind of tough because that defense plays so good at home.
Yep.
Then you get your week 14 bye, which for this team feels so big. Like it's a late bye, but they can actually maybe get a little bit healthier. Titans at home out of that, at the Colts, Bears at home, and then Seattle at home. And Seattle maybe rest guys if they're, if LA clinches the division and Seattle's locked into a wild card. So, yeah, I mean, I think this looks like a 10-win minimum team if Purdy's healthy and they're playing on offense the rest of the way like that.
I heard first round loss to the Eagles in Philadelphia.
Dude, no, it can't happen. It's a bet in our house. Will, like, if the Niners played the Eagles in the playoffs, it happened in the NFC title game. It was not fun. So I can't take another one.
No house divided BS stickers or anything. It's just like, I'm going in. Actually, it is the house divided. I'm going in the other room. You can watch it here.
They don't make Eagles Niners stickers.
Yeah. She's like leaving the house, Will. She's going to a friend's house. That's how we're just, so
you should get full carp. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what it's like. Like, we won the Super Bowl, so I get to stay. It should be like, you won the Super Bowl, you need to leave. Like,
that's exactly what it is.
Title, get out of that.
Yeah, we haven't won a Super Bowl in forever. You just won another one.
It's so tough being a Niners.
Oh, it's so tough.
Yeah. The Niners, four
honestly,
Niners
it is hard for Jim though, real, because Jim's 36.
Yeah.
And all of the Niners' glory is basically pre-Jim. Since Jim's been around, they've sucked.
It's like being an NC State fan. I'm like, we had a title in 83. Like, sick.
100%.
Doesn't count.
I've been suffering for 30 years.
That's hilarious. All right, Will, we appreciate you. We'll do it again next Monday.
All right, boys. Talk to you next week.
All right, we're giving away 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld's Christmas celebration on the other side, getting you ready for Monday Night Football. Raiders Cowboys coming up at 5:15. Stay with us. All right, we're going to give away a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. We'll do that coming up in about 5 or 6 minutes. By the way, you mentioned that big baseball deal this weekend. Josh Naylor's deal is official. 5 years, $92.5 million. It's a lot of money.
Yeah. I thought he was going to get over 100, but still, that's a big chunk of
20?
change for the Mariners right there.
20 a year almost. I mean, nearly 20. I mean, they clearly have invested. You know, I kind of give them credit. It took them for a while to do it. Like they were always criticized for not doing that, but they're clearly on the right track there. Again, are we going to see a Padre contract this offseason of $92.5 million for any player? I'd be shocked.
Oh, I don't think so.
I don't see it. I mean, if it is coming, it would be a player like Michael King, potentially you already know and you've had, but I don't see that kind of money.
I don't think the Siler Bros are willing to invest any big chunk of change into this franchise while a pending potential sale is underway.
But they said it wouldn't impact operations.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Right? That's how it impacts operations.
Sure, okay.
And the interesting thing, the reason it's actually a question, in my opinion, is they have freed up so much money if you think about it from last year. If you just assume Cease, King, Arise, who am I missing? Suarez. If you take Cease, King, Arise, Suarez off the books and Hosmer, that's so much money annually. I don't know the number.
So with all of those players gone though, and guys like Fernando and Manny getting increases.
Yeah, in payroll.
And Nick Pivetta as well, going from 2 to like 20.
You're right.
Even with all the subtractions of the players that you mentioned, their payroll is still around 200 million.
Good point.
And last year's payroll ended at around 210 to 220.
Yeah. So you're saying there's only 10, 20 annually.
So they're telling you like, hey, we're going to keep the payroll around the same we had it this past year.
Right.
Well, before any moves, the payroll's already at like around $200 million.
That's a good point because of the increase in, again, this doesn't impact the AAV, but it does impact their payroll. You're right. Their payroll is going up next year just because these players are making more money.
Exactly. And that's the part of it that is like, you have to look deeper into whatever they're telling you, because whatever they're telling you, it might sound great. Like, oh, top 10 payroll. We're going to keep the payroll around where we had this past year. They're top 6 or 7 already in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at the contracts. They get a bump in pay. It's not smoke and mirrors. That's not the word I'm looking for, but they're kind of like not telling you the whole truth here. They're making it sound better than it really is.
Yeah, the way when you put it that way, I hadn't fully thought about it because there's multiple ways to look at it. This AAV number and then this payroll number. And you're right, they might have a top 10 payroll, but that's just because their payroll is going up with the players they already have under contract.
Like Fernando's deal for his base salary in 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 2026, excuse me. Same as it was last year. Payroll's 20, luxury tax number is 24. Okay. His luxury tax number for the rest of his career under this contract is 24 million.
Okay.
But once you get, this is a ways from now. 2027, it goes to 25. 2029 goes to 36 for the remainder of that contract.
Right.
And then if you look at Manny Machado,
the same thing, right? It shoots up the second half of the deal.
It does shoot up. They structured the contract so they could
win now,
so they could spend more money now.
Yep.
As this is loading.
The problem is they didn't really take advantage of that.
They tried, but they didn't succeed. They failed.
Yeah.
So Manny's deal this year, his payroll number was 17 million. His luxury tax number is 31. That's not changing.
Mm-hmm.
But the money on the payroll was 17 million this past year. It goes up to 25 next year, and then it goes up to 39 in 2027 through the remainder of the deal. So his payroll number, Manny's payroll number from 27 to 33 is $39 million.
Better have a new owner by then.
His luxury tax number is 31, but that's not the number I'm looking at.
Yeah,
here.
you're looking at the payroll number.
Because the payroll number is the money they have to pay him in real time.
Yep. And is the number that maybe Eric Rupner is kind of referencing, like, hey, we have a top 10 payroll. Mm-hmm. He's not saying we have a top 10 AAV.
Right.
We have a top 10 payroll.
And the way that they structured this deal was from 23 to pretty much 26, right?
Yeah, more like wiggle room, more flexible.
His payroll number from 23 to 25 was 17 million.
Right.
It jumps to 25 million next year.
Mhm.
And then after that, from 27 to 33, like I said,
Yep.
you're paying the guy damn near $40 million.
Which is why, to your point, they did try, but 23, 24, 25, 26 were the key window years.
Mm-hmm.
And now 3 of those have been played. And now you're walking into 2026 with a ownership in flux.
And Xander's money, it's the same throughout the entirety of the deal, which is $25.4 million.
Okay.
So that's not
Yeah,
changing.
that's not changing.
But, Nick Pivetta, like I said, he went from $2 million last
Like
year.
20 or whatever.
Let me just pull this up here.
I think he's making something like 20 next year.
Has to be because he only got paid a couple million this year.
Yeah, it was like 2 for 22 or 23.
So this past year, he was paid $2.5 million. Luxury tax number is 13.
Yep.
It jumps to $20.5 million this year.
That's right.
And then he has a player opt out after the next season, which he probably will take.
And you make a good point. The Cease, King, Suarez, Arise money, that's maybe tied up in these payrolls that we're talking about.
Going to Nick Pivetta, who's making $20.5 million next year.
It's going to Machado. It's going to Tatis.
$8 million more.
Yeah.
It's going to Machado.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Tatis is the same, but
Yep.
but like just look at that. So 18 plus 8, $26 million is in payroll money is going to Pivetta and Machado next year. Think about that.
Yeah. So anything that you need to save more than 26 because you have 26. Yeah, I get the point. It's a good one. All right, call right now if you want a family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. Caller 5. You've got that 4-pack of tickets. 877-767-4760. A family 4-pack of tickets to SeaWorld San Diego's Christmas celebration. Now through January 4th, you can experience the magic of the season, meet incredible animals like belugas, penguins, and sea otters. Plus, check out a winter wonderland with a million dazzling lights and the all-new Clyde and Seymour's Christmas tickets at SeaWorldSanDiego.com. We're here until 5:15. That's when we've got Raiders and Cowboys. We'll get you ready on the other side. John and Jim.
All right, this update is brought to you by Indeed.com. We're about 15 minutes away from Monday Night Football, Raiders and Cowboys in Vegas. You can listen to that match, or not match, you can listen to that game right here on San Diego Sports 760. Moving over to San Diego State football. They're on top of the Mount West Conference after their 17-7 victory over Boise State over the weekend. They went out. They will host a Mount West Conference title game at Snapdragon Stadium, and the hot stove is very much lit for the Padres as they sign pitcher Kyle Hart today to a 1-year deal. When you're trying to find quality candidates, all the searching, screening, and interviewing can become a job itself. You need Indeed, the all-in-one platform that makes it easy to interview, screen, and hire quality people. Visit Indeed.com/credit today.
All right, San Diego and Southern California. What's going on? Final minutes of John and Jim. We're here until 5:15.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately, that's tough for us. But we have Raiders Cowboys. So Raiders and Cowboys coming up in 10 minutes. You can hear it right here on San Diego Sports 760. We have a developing sports story out of the National Basketball Association, the NBA, where Shams is reporting that LeBron James has been upgraded, and that is a sign he could return tomorrow and make his season debut against the Utah Jazz for the Lakers. So we have not seen LeBron over the first month of the season. He could return tomorrow, Jim. Does that shake up the NBA Cup race for you?
Oh, good point.
Right? Because we're right in
Very good point.
Cup season.
Is it Cup games tomorrow? I think it's Cup games.
Maybe that's why he's trying to race back.
He needs to
Because it means more.
win another cup.
He's already got one, which is more obviously than Steph
Just
Curry.
cemented his legacy.
Maybe that's why Steph went off this weekend. He's motivated by the cup.
He's like, I got to win these cup
Got it
games.
even LeBron.
Like my legacy is on the line.
Exactly. Are you excited about the return of LeBron James to the NBA? It's been a while.
You know, I was thinking about this the other day. So NBA ratings up.
Yep.
Interesting that LeBron nowhere to be found.
Okay. Well, we got the new
Like let's be serious for a second.
TV partners this year. Got the new.
Has anybody, honestly, besides Lakers fans, has anybody sat there and be like, man, I miss LeBron this year?
That's a good question. I mean, I think some people might have missed LeBron this year. I mean, he is one of the best players ever.
But I'm talking
Face
about
the league.
besides Lakers fans. Has the NBA been like, man, they need LeBron back?
Are you saying it's been more advantageous for the Lakers to like profile Luka, even like Austin Reeves?
I just think with Luka in LA, that's the star that's going to, take. Obviously, he's already taken over for LeBron once he's officially gone from the league.
Yeah. So
because of that, the Lakers brand is still in a great spot.
Yeah.
Without LeBron. So, I mean, look,
are you saying hang him up?
I'm just saying. Does anybody miss LeBron this year?
Well, have the Lakers missed him?
No, Lakers are one of their teams in the league.
That's what's going to be interesting because he's going to return, and I mean, even like his numbers last year, he's going to get his numbers right. Like last year, 25, 8 rebounds, 8 assists.
What I'm trying to get at is the league is in a good spot,
and he hasn't played,
once, and ratings are up, and the brands are still great. The Lakers brand is still great. They got Luka there, right?
10-4. Wow.
Curry still doing his thing. Like, I mean, and I should also make the point too that I'm not the biggest LeBron fan, but
no, you're not.
I'm just saying, like, hey man, where's this like outcry of like, I can't wait till LeBron gets
let me
back?
ask you this then: if what player would have to miss time for it to impact NBA ratings this year? As in, I love watching Victor Wembanyama, but he's going to miss a couple of weeks. Are the ratings all of a sudden going to tumble? If the Warriors didn't have Steph Curry, he inevitably misses time. He's Steph Curry.
On national games, it would matter, yeah. So on the national stage, when you got Lakers versus the Warriors, now it's Luka versus Steph.
Yeah.
Guess
You're saying
what?
if Steph was out.
Those ratings are through the roof.
Well, what about like NBC's Spurs Grizzlies game coming up? That's going to tumble without Wemby, right?
Probably, yeah. But if it's Spurs, if it's Warriors and name me another team. If Steph's out, ratings through the
Warriors Sixers.
Okay, perfect. Cup
Okay.
game, NBC or whatever.
Yeah.
NBC, Steph's playing.
Yeah.
Good ratings.
If
Steph's
he's
not
out,
playing.
bye-bye.
Not good ratings.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Now with the Lakers, LeBron's out.
You still get the numbers.
Still get
but
great
you still
numbers.
got the Luka dynamic.
And
Yeah.
maybe the ratings are better when LeBron's there.
You're probably right.
But like now with Luka taking over for LeBron in LA, LeBron who? Yes,
I mean, that's where we're kind of heading, though. I mean, Luka's the younger of the. I mean, it's going to be Luka eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to end.
I
right?
know.
At some point. So it probably, maybe it is better for the league. Maybe it's a good sign for the league that, to your point,
Yeah.
who's missing LeBron from a national viewership perspective? You're right. Of course, Lakers fans, LeBron fans. But by and large, the NBA has done better than survive it. They're probably thriving right now
They are.
in the first month of this season.
Yeah. With what the NBA on NBC's done, with Amazon Prime.
I haven't watched
games.
much Prime.
I think the
Yeah,
production on
it's
Prime
good.
is really
it's good. I watched it the first week.
I think with the TNT crew
Yeah,
being on ESPN
ESPN.
now, that's great. I mean, look, LeBron's an all-timer, but I don't know.
All-time average. I'm kidding.
He's
All
mid. You're
right, tonight.
Very mid.
Tonight, let's turn our attention to the game of the night in the NFL. You could argue this is the biggest game of the night in the NFL.
In the NFL.
We have Cowboys Raiders coming up in 5 minutes. Will Brinson told us he expects a good game between these two teams. We haven't had a lot of great standalone Sunday and Monday night games. Now, Raiders have what, 2 wins?
2 or
And I
3,
think the
don't know.
Cowboys have 3. So I don't know what these teams are necessarily. Is anyone playing for anything? I guess would be the question.
If you're the Cowboys, you're looking at this as a must-win.
Have to win.
You still have at least some hope at doing anything because you got Dak and you have an offense that could put up some points. Raiders are a sinking ship.
Yeah.
I mean, they're always a sinking ship. I mean, Geno, he's done. Pete Carroll, that ain't it.
Yeah.
I think Ashton Genty's just going through like a rookie type of wall type of year. He has potential to be good, but at the same time, I don't see many redeeming qualities with the Raiders, to be honest with you, other than Max Crosby.
How is Ashton Genty averaging 3.8 yards per carry?
Well, their offensive line sucks.
That's just, I get it. It's not college football. I completely get it, but I did not expect us to be in the second half of the year and Ashton Genty have 500 rush yards. Like I thought he was going to have a massive year.
I did too.
I thought they were just going to run the ball consistently.
Well, when you have an awful quarterback,
yeah, you're right,
and a bad line,
that's not going to bode well for the run
Brock
game.
Bowers hasn't done anything.
Is that a good combination?
He's been hurt. Not a great combo for anything. Like when one of your owners is a better quarterback than you.
You're talking about
Tom Brady. No, I'm talking about Mark Davis. Mark Davis is a better quarterback than Geno Smith.
Free to pay, he could ball.
Mark Davis.
Could you imagine him out there trying
That
to
is
throw football?
hilarious, dude.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, they're not great. They're not great.
No, they're not.
The Raiders. And so, and in that division too, where everyone's so much better than you, you have no hope.
No hope.
Think about that.
I know.
So what are you going to say? Like, how are you selling that in 2026? Like, we're going to be also bad. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to have a good pick. Draft well.
Well, the thought process was like, if we suck and we're the number 1 overall pick, we could draft Archie Manning. Well, the problem
that's not gonna do anything,
is
right?
Arch Manning sucks.
Right.
So
We'll draft Drew Aller.
yeah,
Penn
that'll
State.
work. He's injured.
It's done nothing. It did nothing. So yeah, I haven't thought about the quarterback class. I don't even know what it looks like other than Manning, Aller.
I'm blanking on the name from Ohio State, kid from San Diego.
Oh, it's Julian Saying. He's not eligible.
That's my point. He's not
Yeah.
eligible.
Yeah.
And he's also, afforded the gift of playing on Ohio State and
Ohio
playing
State's
absolute-
receivers.
Yeah, you have the best wide receivers in the country, and they're going to be top 10 picks, and you play absolutely nobody. So of course you're going to look great.
Now he has completed 82% of his passes somehow.
Name me the last Ohio State quarterback that went on to have a great career.
Justin Fields.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. That's a really good point. Isn't there a recent example of someone that's good?
No.
Well, Houston Texans,
CJ
CJ Stroud. He had a great first year.
Yeah.
And then he has
I was thinking
declined.
Stroud.
He's declined every single year since.
No, you're right. You're right. Well, anyway, we have Raiders and Cowboys here tonight, and that's coming up in just a couple of minutes. And then, of course, we're back tomorrow. Now, tomorrow on San Diego Sports 760, Aztecs Hoops. San Diego State is the only team in America that's played just 2 games. Every college basketball team has played more than 2 games. Aztecs off a 9-day layoff return tomorrow, and they're taking on the Troy Trojans. And I'll tell you that's scary. But San Diego State and Troy tomorrow. The return of Magoon Guath, by the way.
We'll break that game down extensively.
You better believe we will. So San Diego State and Troy is tomorrow night at 7 p.m. with pregame coverage. That's going to begin at 6 p.m.
How do they match up with the zone, right?
Do they play zone?
Troy?
Yeah.
I think so.
Troy plays the zone.
I think they're gonna play. Zone.
Tell me their name, their nickname.
The Trojans.
Yeah, I did say that. You're right.
He did that last week.
Yeah, I did that whole
skit
last
week.
They
that'd be bad even for Jim if you forgot in like 3 days.
They can shoot the ball, Jim.
Well, that's gonna be a problem.
They're gonna shoot the ball, all 5 positions.
Like they're gonna shoot it at the basket.
Shoot it at the basket every time down. They're gonna try to shoot.
They're gonna try to put the basketball inside the hole
every time they have it. Yes, that's their goal. All right, back tomorrow, 2 p.m. We'll get you ready for San Diego State and Troy right here on John and Jim. All right, if you missed anything today, you can go to sportssd.com or the iHeartRadio app or iTunes or TuneIn Radio or Spotify. If you're listening to us on podcast, please leave a review as well. On the other side, we've got Cowboys and Raiders, Monday Night Football. Back tomorrow at 2 p.m. For Brent and Jim, I'm John. Keep it here. This is San Diego Sports 760.
Okay, bye.
Bye.